Leafs are losers of their last 3. Marner came back to town, and it's championship weekend for the NFL. Hello and welcome back to The House That Happened, sponsored by Shuey's Bar and Grill, the only place to be in suburban Etobicoke, voted 4 times the best dive bar in all the GTA. It's number 1 in our hearts. It's the Phoenix rising from the ashes. Hi, I'm Andrew Milani.
Hi, my name's Chris. How you doing, buddy?
Not bad. How about yourself?
Outstanding, outrageous, catalysmic, the usual. Something like that, I guess you would say. It's been a pretty good week. Eventful in the great city of Toronto, all kinds of things that are happening, and I hope everybody is surviving the cold.
Yes, sir. It's going to be a cold one this weekend.
Yes, it's going to be. So you know what you do? You put on an extra layer. Like my dog doesn't want to come in. Stanley loves the cold. He's crazy. I should keep him quiet now because he's going to disturb us during the show. There's no doubt. But that's not my point. My point is this. To all the people out there that are like your age now, getting a little bit older, some winters there haven't been so much snow, and some winters there's been lots of snow. A lot of snow. Okay, so they call this thing cyclical. Do we understand cyclical, people? So now we're just having the average winter. Like if you went back 50 years ago, your parents seen winters like this. Along the way, we didn't see some winters like this, right? Don't tax me about the weather. That's all I'm saying. Take it that way. I'm not going to say anything else because we're not a political show.
No, we're not.
Not a political show. So I'm just saying, don't tax me because of Mother Nature. Talk to her. Raise her taxes, okay, please?
Well, good luck with that one.
How come it never works like that?
Since you're listening, please like us, please comment, and please subscribe. It really helps us out. On to shout-outs. Who do you got this week?
Well, you got a shout-out to, we're going to say this, shout-out to all the people that have been shoveling our streets that work for the city and doing all that kind of stuff, your sidewalks and all that. Let's shout out to those guys because sometimes my dog walks have been a little bit shorter because it's colder and stuff, but I see these guys out there working. Someone's got to get it done. So let's have a shout-out to our city workers and Vaughan workers, wherever we live.
Yep.
To all of them.
Shout-out to Carlos Beltran and Andrew Jones getting elected into the Baseball Hall of Fame. Carlos Beltran, a controversial one since he was the ringleader of Trash Can Gate for the Houston Astros.
Yes.
Either way, he's in. Andrew Jones, possibly the best defensive center fielder of his era.
One of my scenes started in the league when he was 19. 19 years old with that
Atlanta Braves.
Atlanta Braves, yeah, he was there. Had some big hits in the World Series, but they didn't win those World Series. So
well, they won one.
They won one, but a couple times he had big hits that brought him back in games, and they ended up losing. So you don't think about those hits because you didn't win.
Like Caleb Williams. We'll get to a little bit later,
That's a great example with that, which leads me into, once we're talking about Beltran, they're both deserving Hall of Famers, even though things are going to get cloudy over the next few years. This leads to my shout out to my favorite sports guy on TV, and I'll probably shout him out again within the next year, but my good guy, Tony Kornheiser from PTI. Not only does he, very interesting that I want to tie it in with the Hall of Famers. First of all, I want to bring him up for the reason that he said to his beloved partner, Wilbon, about the great Big Ten rivalry between UCLA and Purdue, which is hilarious because when I hear that, I think it's weird because I grew up in Big Ten. The last time I checked,
the new Big Ten, baby.
Yeah, which is like, isn't that over by the Pacific Ocean somewhere? And we're by the Great Lakes. So I'm glad that he picked it up. But the reason, again, I'm going to pick up Tony Kornheiser, if you're watching this week, he was very adamant about if Carlos Beltran's in, when are you going to start letting in Bonds?
I'm with him there.
Isn't that a heavy duty when he said, hey, you were doing performance-enhancing drugs, but you were cheating too. Everybody knows you were cheating. And I said, that's the Milani high ground. I like that. Like he said, if you're going to be framing these guys, then I'm not so sure about this guy. I never thought about that until he brought it up. What do you think?
No, I'm completely on board with him. And like, Manny Ramirez is off the ballot now too. It's like, oh come on, you're just gonna let this guy off? I know.
And but now he's also bringing it up. He goes, this is the only Hall of Fame that mattered. But at the same time, he's got to bite his tongue because everyone knows certain guys didn't get in because of their relationship with the media. Hence the veterans clause. We all know that. If Jack Morris didn't get in, they had to do something about that. Like how could those guys originally not let Jack Morris in the freaking Hall of Fame? They didn't see the guy.
I know.
Didn't see his resume.
Well, I'm going to bring up Dave Steep, too. He's the guy that should get another crack of the can, too.
Yeah, he should, but does he have enough on his resume? At one point in time, Dave Steep could have been the best pitcher in baseball for a couple of years.
Isn't he the second highest winning pitcher of the 80s?
Something like that. No, Steve was unbelievable. Like I seen Steve pitch at Exhibition Stadium. Okay, no, he was one of the best Except that the reason that he didn't do it long is because he never learned how to pitch properly.
Oh, yeah, he started off as
An
outfielder, yeah.
But, man, when he throw, Ricky Henderson said he had the craziest slider in the history of sliders. He said when Dave Stevens...
Well, really, Steve had 2 sliders, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to tack on to that?
No, not really. It's just that we got to remember when we're going into the Hall of Fame that there's more than one reason why you're not getting in there, and I'm really glad that Kornheiser pointed it out. Remember, if it's good for the geese, it's good for the gander. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Caught me off guard.
Shout out to the WNBA schedule being revealed, so it looks like we are getting a season, including the Toronto Tempo schedule.
Yes, sir.
Opener May 8th versus the Washington Mystics, and that's going to be at Coca-Cola Coliseum.
Very interesting. What do you think they're going to do? They're just going to land one day and the next week, and the parachute's going to land and say, everything's settled, we're good, season starting?
I just hope it's not a 1994 baseball scenario. Pregnant pause. Anything else you want to shout out? I got one more.
Okay, I want to shout out to the great team from Manchester City, for paying for those people coming to their games because they got their asses kicked by a team I never heard of in my life.
I mean, yeah, well, you have fans flying all the way to Norway.
Yes.
So, I mean, you expect better results. But, yeah, good for Man City.
That was, I don't know, it's a good promotion just to get it out there.
Good PR, yeah.
Yeah, it's good PR, you know what I mean? Because I cracked up when I heard it. You do what? You lose? You pay the fans? That's pretty damn cool. And they put out the numbers that...
They should bring that to Toronto.
Why not? But they were bringing out the average cost that it was from the fan from Man City to get to wherever the place was in Norway. And I thought, what a great PR. And what does it cost the team anyway?
Oh, it's peanuts for them.
That's what I'm thinking. But anyways, it was cool they did that.
And my last is an anti-shout-out.
Oh.
A freaking anti... I almost said that F word. I'm trying to swear less on this show just for the sake of editing clips. But, again, neither here nor there. So the Oscar nominations came out this week. Did you see the nominations?
I'm not a vampire guy for starters. Can I just say that?
Oh, Sinners was so good, though.
Well, I'm not a vampire guy.
It was so good.
Okay, continue.
F1 nominated for Best Picture.
Oh, my God, I didn't notice that.
How the frick did this happen? To call the movie mid would be a great compliment to F1, the movie.
Okay, so let's take it one step further. You got to add on the money it made.
It didn't make that much money.
It made the money back. I found out afterwards it did, especially when it hit the...
People don't get into movies to make their money back.
They
want to make big profits.
Okay, they didn't make the money they projected, but it wasn't a loss. Is that how you put it?
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah, that's whatever it is. I'll remember that.
Oh, man.
F1 got nominated it's not going to win.
It is the long shot of long shots. Mind you, I guess it wasn't that strong of a year for movies, people might argue, because I know the new Paul Thomas Anderson movie, One Battle After Another, the one with Leo, people were saying that wasn't that great, and it got nominated for Best Picture as well, so...
Yeah. The one with Leonardo and Benito El Toro?
Yes. Yeah.
I heard it was pretty good, no?
It's been getting mixed reviews, so I don't know. Maybe it is good. I still haven't seen it. I still got to go out and see it.
I will check it out, but I'm not a vampire movie guy. Okay, so that's why Sinners never appealed to me.
I think you'd like it because it has a lot to do with music.
I know, I heard all that. That's what Gail told
Yeah.
me. She says, it's got this angle to it. And I said, but at the end, you're trying to stab someone through the heart.
I think you'd enjoy it. I'd give it a chance.
Okay, I'll try to do it. I did watch a movie this week, and it was very, very good. And I don't watch movies often. Can I tell what movie I watched?
Which one?
The Gentleman.
Oh, okay. I've heard that was good.
Guy Ritchie movie.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong with a Guy Ritchie movie.
Definitely not. You know what you're signing up for, too.
Oh, no. And it had the gratuitous violence,
yeah.
the great twists, and Matthew McConaughey. I looked up, I went to the Oxford Dictionary after watching this movie to look up the word cool, and he was there. He was just sitting there, like, doing his thing. But that's the first movie I've seen in a long time, and it came out in 2000, and I don't know. Like, what happens is sometimes I get sported out. So I'm going to watch for something different. So I hit Netflix and I was going along and I thought I seen Matthew McConaughey talking to somebody. And what's he doing? Is he on the sidelines? And then it said cannabis. And I seen Matthew McConaughey, cannabis. So I clicked the switch and then I seen Guy Ritchie. So I just connected the dots and said, I'm going to press play on this and see what's happening. I actually watched it twice because I was watching at night and I was a little bit falling asleep during it on because it's a tricky plot. But I got up the next day and Gail and I promised to do that. We're going to do daytime movies more often.
Oh, nice. That's cool.
So right after lunch, I walked the dog with a little bite. I said, let's do an afternoon movie. And I put it on. I knew she liked this style of movie. And we did it. So we're going to pick one like just till February because once the weather breaks, you're outside.
Yeah, exactly.
You know. But anyways, I'll keep my eyes open for Brad Pitt at the Oscars running up there with Lewis Hamilton to collect the Golden Trophy.
Any more shout-outs?
One more shout-out. It's, I guess we'd say, in memory of the late, great Wilbur Wood, who died last week at 84 years old. The only reason I'm bringing up Wilbur Wood is because we have a lot of arguments about the stamina of players, their conditioning, how much they can do in concerns of the history of baseball. So I had my good friend Milani here look it up. And what was his most dubious record that you found?
Oh, that he was the last player to win 20 games and lose 20 games?
In the same season.
Yeah, the same season.
In the same season. But that's the reason. I'm only bringing it up because that's only 50 years ago, people. And I know we got spin rate and diet and launch angle and contracts.
Well, launch angles for batters. But
whatever the case may be. I'm just going, how do we get from, and I know he did that one crazy season we put, it was 370 innings, which will never happen again. But around that time, other guys were in and around 300 innings and you were solid now. But in today's baseball, you pitch 200 innings, you get 50 million. Happened in 50 years. What's the most Wilbur Wood ever made? What did Wilbur Wood most? I bet you most he ever made was $200,000 in a year.
Sure.
Think about it. Anyway, God bless Wilbur Wood.
Well, I played in the 70s too, so there was a reserve clause and all that.
Yeah, there was nonsense.
Pre-free agency.
Yes.
So.
Oh, no, it was around that time free agent. He was playing when free agency was.
Well, when he came into play, yeah. But not when he first started. All good for shoutouts?
Yes.
All right, then we will move this over to the college football playoffs. The final in Miami, where Indiana won 27-21 over Miami, the U. Miami was shut out in the first half, but made it a game. A little too late, if you ask me. But Indiana pulls it out in the end. Their first college football championship, and Mendoza declares for the NFL draft.
Let's put it this way, people. I was cheering for Miami. Everyone said, yo, you should have been cheering for Indiana. You're a Big Ten guy. No, I just like the old history. What I'm really thankful...
Conference pride in college sports makes no sense for me. Like, why am I going to cheer for my rival just all of a sudden because they're in the final against another team?
Like,
Indiana.
No. Like, if Ohio State was in this game, you think I'm cheering for Ohio State?
That's like,
no.
for me, like, I can put it close to, like, whatever, Humber and whatever. Like, if St. Clair is, like, playing a national championship against some team from BC, like, I don't care about St. Clair.
No, why should you? That's what I don't understand either. You know what I'm saying? But
or if Sheridan, God forbid.
What's that?
Or Sheridan, if they're in the finals, God forbid.
Well, there you go. But in any event, I'm glad that Miami made it a game. And I'm going to tell you this. I know the score was really slow at the first half. That block punt was the game changer right there, because this game was a lot closer than people realize. And did you see those
two? Sure. Well, Miami covered the spread, which I didn't think was going to happen.
Oh, I thought so. Remember I said...
No, you called it, yeah.
Yeah, but not only that, those two defensive ends, those guys are going to the NFL. Everybody's seen them on display. What we got out of this game is Mendoza with the classic going into the end zone. We're going to see that's going to be an iconic play for the rest of national championships. The way you've seen how he went into the end zone. I didn't know he had that much moxie, to tell you the truth, to go in like that, which says a lot.
So he's going to be a Raider, is what you're saying?
I don't know, but Brady was down there like
Vegas has the first overall pick.
There
Connect
you go.
The dots.
And can we quit making fun of Mark Davis? Because I'd like to be Mark Davis. I don't want to have his hairdo, but I want everything else about Mark Davis. What's wrong with the guy? He owns a football team.
I know, but that
Come
haircut,
on, everything else. Like, I just seen some people on TV, I won't mention, just take a strip out of him for just the way he looked on the sidelines with Brady. And they were juxtaposition the two. Stop it. He owns a football team. But anyway, that's why Brady was down there to look at it.
Well, he got it handed to him, but...
Okay, but do you think, in my opinion, I don't know if Mendoza is going to be the type of quarterback that they say he's going to be, but he's got the hype because he just won the national championship. He just won the Heisman. I get all of that. But is this a really strong class of quarterbacks? No. So because
he's probably the only quarterback that's going to be taken high.
Yeah, there's another guy who's going to be starting the second round from out west. I think it's the same.
The Oregon guy backed out.
No, because he said, I'm not ready for prime time. I'll make more money next year, which is cool because he's probably already got an agent that told him about that. Hence,
well, he does have an agent. Well, yeah, they're allowed to now.
Yeah, it's like why Archie Manning stayed one more year at Texas. You can't throw that money away just yet, even though he'll get higher when he gets to the.
Well, that's whatever strategy. You wait until you have that good season in
the
college.
The higher you go,
yeah, exactly.
the more money you're going to make. But in any event, the thing is, they're saying about this is that what's the coach's name? Signetti. In any event, this is a huge transformation in the history of college football in regards to Miami's an old school team that won. Everyone sees all the Hall of Famers on the side that went to University of Miami. We know their lineage. However, I grew up as a Big Ten guy. Like I said, Indiana was a basketball school. They did nothing. However, now that we have NIL and portal, you got to understand this. One of the things about Indiana is that they got more CEOs that have graduated from Indiana in America than any other school.
No, that's Penn State.
Is Penn State number one? And then Indiana's number two?
Interesting.
Well, Mark Cuban came on one of the shows because he's a graduate of Indiana, just saying this is what we do now. But because, and I respect this, the standards at Indiana are this high, so they didn't want to go that back door trying to get players and doing some of the stuff that's maybe gone on historically with other schools. We're not going to say what they are, but now that everything's above the table and all those boosters came in and came along, look at in 2 years, Indiana went from not even being on the map to a national championship. Give credit.
Not even being in a bowl game since like the 90s, early 90s.
Last bowl they won was something called the Milani Cruz Bowl in, I don't know, I wasn't born, okay, whatever the case may be. But the bottom line is that the interesting about him too is that it's not just the portal and NIL, because what they were talking about, which I found very interesting, was, how they saw like 5-star recruits and all that nonsense? They had less than about 6 schools that were in the playoffs. Like when you talk, they brought up Texas Tech, Alabama, Penn State, Ohio State, all had more supposedly, what do you call these, 5-star recruits in the other schools. And what you do is, like everyone's saying this now, it's not the guys that you pay, it's what kind of program are you running to get the correct guys that fit your program so you can win. This guy's just put a master class in doing that in 2 years, and apparently he's pulled 4 more guys out of the portal already that he's got other guys that were looking at, and they've decided to come to Indiana. So they've really changed this landscape of college basketball. Football. Not that I'll ever cheer for them, but we are where we are.
Gotta respect them. Congratulations to the Hoosiers. The playoffs will be staying at 12 teams next year.
Good.
It's getting a little wacky, though, because the whole reason it's staying at 12 is because the Big Ten and SEC can't seem to agree. Well, but the Big Ten will only agree to 16 if the field eventually becomes 24.
Oh, stop it.
So at that point, it would probably get rid of conference championship games.
Which isn't good because they're traditional for basketball. I don't want to lose football. I don't want to lose those. The bottom line is this. Michigan's pushing a little weight right now because it's always been SEC. Last 3 championships came from where?
Big Ten.
There you go. So they got a little leverage to say some stuff. I think that they won't do it. I'm glad it's staying at 12, but that's now with the new rules. If Notre Dame is a top 12 team, they always automatically get in.
Oh, so ridiculous.
SEC automatically gets 3 spots, all that kind of nonsense. We're going to have to see, because remember, when the playoffs started, a couple teams got in. What made me think about this whole playoff system is, once again, Mr. Nick Saban, when he said, when the AAA championship is over, do they get to play in the World Series? Which is what happened with some of those smaller schools, that they got to go and play in the big dance, but they weren't qualified to do as such. You got to change the structure. Now, if James Madison was a top 10 ranked team, I get it. But
comparing that to AAA baseball, that's apples and oranges. But
I'm saying the joke being is that once you get this far into it, the best of the best play. You don't take your second squads and say, okay, let's put them in here and leave squads out that are actually better. That we know are better, which would make the quality of the competition better. That's what I'm saying. So
I know the way with this college football playoffs, though, like it seems like any way they go, people are going to be upset. So I don't know. Here's
the template. When I first started watching college March Madness, there was only 32 teams, bro. They were bitching then. Yeah. Then they went to 48. They were bitching then. They've gone to 64. Guess what?
68 now.
60, and guess what? Them still bitching.
Yeah, there you go.
So it doesn't matter. That's just college sports. Congratulations to Indiana, though.
Congratulations for them, and we will carry this into the NFL playoffs, where we had divisional weekend last week. Buffalo losing a heartbreaker in Denver, 30-33 in overtime. Turnovers for the Bills were really the problem. 3 fumbles lost, 2 interceptions, and the second and third quarters were the culprits.
I'm going to take it one step further. What really lost the game for me, I thought, was Buffalo, was the end of the first half. You know what I mean? Like, first of
Yeah.
all, they opened the door for Denver to
Oh,
score.
what was
and
Allen
then,
doing on that run?
Oh,
that was.
Then he threw the ball away and they
Yeah.
gave him the extra thing. So it was a 10-point swing where Buffalo didn't score, where they could have scored the 7. They left 7 on the floor, and then in 90 seconds later, they gave up 10. You know what I mean? Now, the elephant in the room to me was that the
ref screwing them.
That too, but let's just look about this, which you have to respect. And I was saying that before. The only thing that scared me, Mile High Stadium playoff game for Denver is an advantage. It's been that way in the history of time.
You were downplaying that last week.
Well, I was trying to, but only because I was screaming for Buffalo as hard as I could. But the bottom line is you should respect the fact that they're in Mile High, and Buffalo went as hard as they could. The problem was this, is like you said, you can't have 5 turnovers and win a freaking football game, okay? Not only that, let's just discuss some of the calls. Not the pass interference cause at the end where the guy tackled him. That one had to be called. The one before that where the ball sailed over the guy's head.
That one, yeah, that was egregious.
That was on 4th down, wasn't it? Or 3rd and long.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, whatever the case. Now, that was egregious. How could you call that? Did you see the Buffalo guy? What was his name again? I forget. He looks up like this. Even the receivers looking. That if you were Shaq, on Shaq's shoulders,
get that, yeah.
you're not getting that ball. And when the flag came out, everyone went, whoa. And even, you notice the boys in the box even had trouble dancing around that one because they're going to say, what do we say now? It was an egregious call. And then they made the other one, which was so obvious they had to call that. But the real elephant in the room is, what do you think about the interception?
That was bizarre. I thought, I don't know how they were calling that an interception on the field. That was so weird.
Okay, let's take it one step further. We get to the
the Rams game.
Okay,
yes,
that's all we got to say. Okay, we had the and then did you see how fast it was glossed over in the Rams game? Zoom over, they were back huddling the way it was going.
Yep.
It took them at least a order of fries and a Coke to get through the decision on whether that was an interception or not. That when you see them going to the booth and that long, what does that make you think? Vegas.
You think
Vegas. Why did it take them so long? What did it took? It took 6 minutes in real time. I think, wasn't it? Because I still got that thing on. But I think anyway, when you talked about it, it was 6 minutes in real time to make a decision on that play. What does that tell you as a fan? I'm going capital V on this shit, baby. Like, why did it take it? And then the very next day in the Rams game, the same play rolled over and like that, they were back under the huddle and throwing before you could say, what was that the same play as the day before?
I don't know. It was weird.
How fast did they go through that the very next day?
Well, I don't think it's a Vegas call. I think it's the NFL needs full-time refs call.
I don't know what to call that, but when I came up and then when they said interception, I just went, whoa, wait a second. I've watched football more than 10 minutes. This is a weird freaking call. And look what happens on that play. After all the mistakes that Buffalo has made, all the trouble that they've had, that's field goal range. The next play, they just kick it, it's game over. Then to go the other way, I don't know. Because I'm just going to say this. Let's give credit to the Denver defense, and we'll get to them later. That Denver defense is for real. Benito and those guys, they did lead the league in freaking sacks this year, and they did get to freaking Josh, 4 times?
Yeah.
So the 4 sacks, the 5 fumbles, the couple drops.
The interceptions, like, come on, Buffalo, it's your. Let's put it this way. Josh Allen did not play his best game. No.
Okay, we got it. But he stayed in the fight till he had his chance in the overtime. Once he had his overtime chance, what happened? Is it the call? Are we going to say that some people say, oh, Josh Allen doesn't have the clutch gene. I'm going, what? Haven't we seen this guy play in the last 7 years? It was just a situation where sometimes it doesn't work out for you. There was a couple times it didn't work out for Brady, a couple times it didn't work out for Joe Montana. You know what I mean? But
there's lots around the Bills that it's not just exclusively a Josh Allen problem. He's the least of my worries.
Okay, so there we go. The game is over. Now let's give all credit to Denver, except for the fact that they lost Bo Nix on the last play of the game.
Yeah, out for the season.
Well, there's not much of a season left.
Still, well, the 2 most important games are coming up.
There you go. If they were to get to the 2, but we'll get to that when we talk about the Pats game there, right there. I just
one crazy stat: the Bills had over 40 minutes of possession this game.
Oh, I know that 40 and 20 more plays. Yeah, I've got that in my note. 40. How do you get 40 minutes with? No, add it all up. This is what's insane. 40 minutes of possession time with 5 turnovers.
I know.
Like, what? If you're from another planet and you looked at these stats, you'd be going, what kind of game is this?
And, like, okay, I understand, like, fans wanting to blame the refs, but this is classic Mike Tomlin, like, don't put it in the hands of the refs.
Exactly. No,
Yeah.
no. This will forever go down as a, wow, what did the refs do in this game? But Buffalo's got, there's lots of blame to go around here. Like I said,
agreed.
let's talk about the end of the first half, when there was like about a 10-point swing there that was totally on Buffalo, including Josh Allen throwing that ball away. So when you give that away with the interceptions, and then you have a ref call, Buffalo, that's on you.
Yeah.
You know, that's a you problem. Now, I felt bad for Buffalo. I wanted to go there, but you have to respect that good old Mile High. You know what I mean?
For sure. The Bills had their own version of Black Monday this Monday when they fired Sean McDermott, and they promoted GM Bean to president. This is some weird Pagula shit if I've ever seen it.
Okay, did you see the Pagula press conference?
Oh my God, I'd hate to play for that team.
Okay, so...
It was everyone else's fault, except for his, of course.
Okay, but now they're coming out and they're saying that there was some decisions made by the people on draft day that didn't come to fruition, that weren't Billy Bean's fault. It was more McDermott and his crew asking for this type of player. What? What?
Then he threw Keon Coleman under the bus.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Like, everybody just went boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
You hear that going by? Like, so how is that going to be to start the season next year? Now, I've already heard that Josh Allen's been in the room when they are interviewing the new coaches.
Okay.
That's the word. Josh Allen is in that room at that time. Didn't the owner of the Ravens say, well, give me some advice, but I got the juice. So isn't that a little bit of a juxtaposition, or just another weird Pagula?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I'd have the quarterback in the room when I'm interviewing the coaches, but I don't know. The Pagulas, it's weird. It seems like the Sabres and the Bills have kind of like flipped the script.
Somewhere along the line, because we're going to talk about that. Buffalo going to make the playoffs, but that's another story. We'll get to that in a minute. The bottom line is, this guy's come along. People, you know what people forget? How many years did Buffalo miss the playoffs before McDermott showed up?
Oh, a lot.
They were the New York Jets, okay? That's why New England, your Pats boys, always had a 4-0 start, because they had the Jets twice and the Buffalo twice. So they were starting, okay, let's do the 50-yard dash. We'll start on the 20.
Yeah.
Everybody else will start at the beginning, which you play who you were there. Like that, let's not disrespect Evil Empire 1.1.
Yeah.
Okay? But you fired the coach over this? You think he should have been fired?
I mean, I was never his biggest fan.
Fans are going nuts. Fans are going, well, we should have got rid of him 2 years ago.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's pretty ruthless, okay?
We'll see. We'll see who the next coach is. If it's Phillip Rivers, I'm going,
Oh, my, okay, that'll be another story
Yeah.
for another time. What gets me is this. What makes me crack up is the fact that when you got the GM, and we'll talk about this when we get to our little story at the end of talking about these, what's going on in the NFL is, there has to be some symbiotic relationship between a general manager and a coach.
Sure.
In one way or another. However it gets there, there has to be that relationship. Now, they say, what comes first? The chicken or the egg bullshit. No. I don't know how the relationship works, but let's put it this way. Kyle Shanahan got hired in San Francisco. 10 minutes before Lynch? But they had a discussion, and he said, Lynch, I can work with Lynch. Look how San Francisco's been since the two of them have been there. So that's symbiotic, that you're saying something's going on there, even though one was hired here and one was hired there. There has to be some kind of like togetherness on that level, or you get what's going on in Buffalo. You know what I mean? Like let's put it this way. Is this Josh Allen's worst team in the last 5 years that he had to deal with in the playoffs, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so who's responsible for that?
Well, the GM builds the team.
Well, they're saying McDermott had some names, so we'll never know. But I've never seen a guy that was this successful with a franchise after they were so shitty get canned in this way. Do you think he's going to get a job in this circle again? Circle of coaches?
We'll see.
I don't think so.
We'll see. I'm not that confident. Anything else for this game?
No, but it was. I feel bad for Buffalo, and if Josh Allen had a few tears after that, just tells you how hard these guys play to love this game. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Sad to see. Next game.
San Francisco got blowed out of Seattle 41-6. Does Andrew even know football?
Next.
I called that San Fran would be an easy cover for this one.
I loved the part when I was listening to the show last week that I was talking about how bad of a beating it was going to be. How bad. I said, no. This is a beating. Everyone go back, check the House That Happens catalogs. When you're that right, you love to show it up. You know what I mean?
Well, because you only picked one game right out of 4 last week, so.
Well, shit happens. but the point being is that I could not see. They just played 2 weeks ago, bro. There was no like I'm saying, if San Francisco now losing Kittle, and using another lineman, I said there's no way they can win this game. There's no possibility of them winning. I didn't think the beating was going to be this bad, but I said Seattle will cover.
No, Seattle was insane. The opening kickoff return for a touchdown by Shaheed. The Seahawks scored on all drives but 3, including 2 in the fourth quarter when it was already done.
Oh, it was just bad. And you know what I mean? Like, and guess what? We were just talking about Kyle Shanahan and Lynch already. You see what they're saying? Brandon Ayuk's out of here. We don't need that guy. Yeah. We're going to retool and we'll be back.
Ayuk.
You know, they could have used the guy.
Yeah, but he was a problem.
No, they say he'll never play another down. Lynch just said it this week. He come on.
I wouldn't want him around the team either.
No,
all that bullshit.
Not only that, but like, you don't think that San Francisco's going to be around next year?
I think they will
back
be.
In there, yeah. And you know what's going to be interesting?
They got to rebuild that receiving core a little bit, but
the guys will come back on D. They're going to be fine there. But let's look at it this way: they're still going to be playing a third place schedule. Were they third place in their division, weren't they?
Yes, they were.
So they're still going to play a third place schedule, which is going to work out well with them with their draft picks. Just something to think about when you're going into next year. You know.
What else we got here? Walker, 116 rushing yards, 3 touchdowns, and 29 yards.
I thought they would hold up more on the defensive end against the rush because San Francisco's rush defense has been pretty good. However, they lost Buddy there. He's gone too with a broken ankle. What's his name? Charbonnet?
Oh, Charbonnet, yeah. Charbonnet, he's getting season-ending knee surgery.
Or is it knee surgery? Yeah, so that's hurt because that's usually a tandem thing. You know, the power back, the slick back, so they don't have it going to come back. But we'll talk about that game afterwards. Bottom line was Seattle was, and their defense is legit, bro.
Yeah, and Darnold didn't even have to be that good.
No, you got to win. What do they say? Win in spite of your quarterback. They say
Seattle should be the definition of that.
Oh, no doubt. But their defense is something else. But we'll talk about the game coming up afterwards when we get to the next game.
Yes, on to Sunday. New England beat Houston 28-16. No one believed in New England. All this talking heads out there don't know fucking shit. This was embarrassing. Everyone, Houston. No. This is New England's time. Evil Empire 2.0? Yeah, that's right. This is the first order, baby. New England's coming back, and we're winning it all, baby. Drake May, let's go.
31 other quarterbacks had a started for Houston on Sunday would have beat the New England Patriots.
Oh, I told you, CJ Stroud's a fraud.
I'm not saying he's a fraud.
He's a fraud. Look at his numbers. He had that good rookie season since then. Questionable at best.
Have never seen, like, this was not Drake May's shining moment either. So, like, hold your horses here, okay?
No, but they've been going through a gauntlet. Give them some credit. We've had to go through 2 very good defenses, and still no one's giving us credit. And it's going to be a tough one again tomorrow against Denver as well. I get that.
Okay, I'm not saying that, and you got to play at home and your team looked good, but let's put it this way. Any other quarterback but Stroud, if I had been in there, I think I could have gotten there. If you look at what went on, every time, like, first of all, you got the turnovers. You guys didn't even do anything with them because the Texas defense just come out and said, no, not this time, and sends you guys back to the sideline. Stroud would screw up. Texas defense come out and said, nah, I don't think so. This was insane that a defense played that hard.
The Houston front four is insane. They came in there
and they still couldn't, and that's why this game is totally on Stroud. And by the fourth, and look at what really saved it for you was that one big play because going into the fourth quarter, you were only up by what? A hair. Got to give credit to one of the best catches of the all playoffs. Come on. Drake May threw it to the spot. Buddy was there. That was just
Booty?
a freaking
and sealed the deal.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. Sealed the deal. And guess what? Texas was on there, and it's what I tried to tell people all the time. As good as Houston's defense is, you get enough shots at him, something's going to work eventually. And I give credit to Drake May because he was getting his ass kicked.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like I said, that front four for Houston, like they're a bunch of dogs.
They're animals.
They're all like SEC guys, right?
Yeah. Hunter, Anderson, and that Shahir guy. Look, all of them. Like, you know what I mean? They got hair in their ears. These guys are just crazy. And what really got me though is every time New England got an advantage, that defense came out and said, nope.
Yeah.
And then what Stroud would do. And you know what it is?
4 interceptions in the first half alone.
Okay, but here's the stat.
Here's my thing. So once is an outlier. Twice is a coincidence. Thrice is a pattern. 4 times you're a bum.
Okay, no. I'll add to that. 3 of these interceptions were on first down. Add that to it. Like if he had been 4th and something or 3rd.
One of them returned for a pick 6.
One pick 6, but you threw these on first down, not on 3rd down, not on 4th down. 3 picks on first down. One of the defensive guys should went over and pulled him by one of those dreads and said, "Buddy, what are you doing?" First down, bro. Think about that. These were not 3rd or 4th down interceptions. They were first down interceptions. And you're going, how do you win like that?
I told you Houston's only good for 1 playoff win.
Well, I know you were saying that, but what are we doing here? I think they're going to be fine because they didn't have Nico Collins. Marks was out a bit when they got the running game going. I think they should have tried.
I don't think they ran the ball enough. I'm surprised how little they ran the ball.
But you know what it was? They were trying to loosen up the linebackers, but he was throwing the freaking ball. And let's wait a second here. Let's give the New England front 7 some freaking credit because a couple times when he was throwing on first down, there was hands around his face and arms. He should have tucked it in and went down.
That New England defense is underrated.
Oh, I think so too, and they're going to get their due now. But you know what I mean? Look at when you looked in the Bears game, which we'll talk about. The Bears defense is maybe not as good, but they were there at the time. Look at the time when they were swarming at Stafford the same way. What did Stafford do? Turtle.
Yeah.
Get out and get out of here. What did Stroud do? I'm going to try to get
No, and like things were kind of like building up to that first interception. Like you can almost kind of feel it coming. You're like, ooh, I don't know about that throw. I don't know about that throw.
And he looked so rattled opposed to Drake May, who was taking just as much stress, if not more, but May didn't look as rattled. He just went there, knocked down, got up, let's brush it off and go again. I mean, those dreads were bouncing around, and I'm going, I don't like them dreads like that.
Everyone, as a New England guy, you want to compare Drake May to Brady, but come on. Drake May, he's really more Josh Allen 2.0.
Oh, God, yeah. He's way more, with the running, which he uses at the right place at the right time. How can you not? Everything about Drake May. You got anything bad to say about the guy? He's tough. In the toughest moment of the game, he threw a great ball. Spectacular catch. Doesn't matter. The catch was made at the right time. Game over. As soon as the guy caught the ball, I said, this game's over. Because I still thought with that defense that maybe they were going to get an interception or something. But give Drake May all the credit in the world. How many times he
the only interception wasn't really of consequence. It was at the end of the half, right?
Just kind of going for it. Yeah, that was like a punt.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it didn't really affect him that way. And even though when they got the ball knocked out of his hands, all the linemen were around him. Like they didn't. New England only gave up the ball twice, wasn't it? Because it was a fumble they lost.
Yeah.
Something like that, I believe here. If I take.
Yeah, there was a fumble in the first half.
Yeah, and all this was in the first half. So I'm just saying Drake May had enough resilience to go there. Then you have a veteran wide receiver like Diggs. He didn't do a lot. 2 key catches on 3rd down. Got to those little spots. Just throw it right here. I'll be there. Meanwhile, Drake's getting ready to get pummeled by Anderson. Just lets the ball go. And there was Diggs. And even that big tight end guy that you were throwing to too on New England, Henry. Hunter Henry. He made a couple of huge plays at the right time on 3rd down. So if May had thrown an interception on those 3rd down, I accepted that. But 3 interceptions on first down throws. Stroud. And you know what?
And there's a lot of question marks about his future now, too, because he's up for a contract extension. I don't think he's going to get it right away. He's going to play out that
you know what they're going to do? You know what it is? They're all going to sit down and say, okay, Stroud, at the end of the year, we'll decide. Because you know what?
Well, the end of next year.
What's that?
I think they're going to play it out.
Oh, yeah. And but he's 5 years you got, right?
Yeah, but he's eligible to sign one now.
Yeah, but I don't think the end of the year. Same with Anthony Richardson. He's due for his now. What are you going to do with him?
Oh, my God. Throw that guy off the bus.
No, you got to keep him around for next year just to see what happens because he's too high of a draft choice. He's too athletic. That's to see. And this is a fluke accident that he got this year that got him out of there. So let's just wait and see. You can't give up a draft choice that high.
I'm just saying long term, I'm not enthusiastic about it. But we're not talking about Indianapolis. No. One last thing about this game. I thought it was so weird for Houston to not go for it on 4th and 18 with just over 4 minutes left to go. Like you're down 2 possessions. Like you're not going to get the ball back twice. Go for it.
I don't know. Yes and no.
No, that was a go for it moment. I just think that
Miko. I thought Miko didn't want to embarrass Stroud anymore. I think he took it easy on his quarterback.
It's playoffs. It's playoffs, man. I got to go for it. I thought that was so bizarre. Okay. Just wave the white flag like that.
Well, which is weird because when you really look at the game, late in the second quarter, the Texans are still winning.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, let's look at the whole picture of the game here. So I'm saying, did you not try it there? So you said to screw it up at the end of the game. We don't want to get Stroud there because they should have made some throws at the end of the first half. Again, but they just put the ball down and ran into the dressing room.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Especially after New England had scored. Because what was it? It was only a 2-point game at the half. It was low scoring. I forget what it was. I should have it here. Somewhere on here. So I'm just getting back to the point is.
No, it was like an 11-point game at halftime.
Was it?
Yeah. Because the Patriots had 3 touchdowns and Houston had just a touchdown and a field goal.
Hold on here.
But like early in the second quarter, like Houston was leading, but it wasn't for that long.
No, because
didn't have
then
the lead
Stroud
for that
threw
long.
another interception on first down.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? That's what's the crazy thing about it.
And then Diggs got the one to close out the half, basically.
Yes, that great catch. That's what I'm saying. At the key time, you got a veteran, you know what you're doing there. My thing is this, is that when you got a defense like this, you got to take advantage of it. I think you got about another year because this smells like Legion of Boom shit, except Legion of Boom already won one by now, and they should have won 2, which would have made Seattle one of the greatest teams of all time. But you got to win 2 to get there. I mean, they're just talking about...
Are you talking about Houston?
What's that?
Are you talking about Houston's defense?
Houston's going to be just like that. But now, guess what? In 2 years, they're all under the same contract. They're the 5-year, first-year guys. What happens when they all come out time for contracts?
Yeah, that they're going to be in trouble. And part of the problem, too, I think, is just like CJ Stroud's body language is all off.
Oh, man. That's like you can't. That's because he went to Ohio State. He walks back to huddle like Ohio State guy. Little bitch.
Like, Luke Wilson made a good point on TV. He's like, Russell Wilson, you can say what you want about him as a quarterback, but, like, he's always like, guys, we come on, we can do this. His body language is always on point.
No, I will agree. And especially
CJ Stroud looked like he wanted to crawl up into a corner by the end of that
and then
game.
he's go over looking at the guys like, I'm sorry. Nah, you're not sorry right now because even look at Josh Allen when they were having trouble. He was still trying to rally the troops.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And Drake May was on the sidelines going, we're going to get there, boys.
That's why, like, CJ Stroud, like, if you were to rank all 32 starting quarterbacks, would he even be in the top half?
Oh, yeah.
I went through it. I don't think so. He's borderline at best.
We'll wait.
He's borderline at best.
Okay, so let's say next year that he has a season as close as his rookie year.
I'm not sure that's going to happen.
Well, I think if he gets more, who's he throwing to?
I mean,
nobody, and Nico Collins went down.
Okay.
So I like he doesn't have all his required weapons. Marks was a little bit banged up, and his O-line had issues. One of the guys are hurt, like on the left side, so he had some O-line issues too. So
you want to hear a spoiler? He's not going to have another year like that rookie year again.
I don't know. I couldn't care less. He's
at least not with Houston next year.
Well, we're gonna have to wait and see.
We'll bet a beer on it.
This is gonna set Houston back because they got everything else in place. They need some more weapons offensively, but they're a team that you could score with this defense. You score 17 points, you win games.
Run the freaking ball.
Marks was banged up, and the Nick Chubb experience didn't work.
No, the Nick Chubb experience.
That didn't work. So they're gonna have to go look for another running back. But I think that Houston was trending in the right way, but New England might have set them back. Just the way that they were playing. We'll have to wait and see.
We'll see. So long, Houston. And hello to the Rams and Bears. A crazy game. Rams beating the Bears 20-17 in overtime. No one scored in the third quarter of this game.
No one scored in the second quarter either. That's what I'm saying.
Huge 4-down stop on the 2-yard line with 3 minutes left. Caleb with the throw of the century to tie things up at the end of the fourth quarter.
What were the Rams doing? Smoking a joint? The game is over? The play was broken. It looked like the guy said, oh, he's not going to get away. And then when the ball was in the air.
Were we talking about the guys in the backfield?
Yes, because they broke off from him because they thought if there's going to be a run, let's move up to the line.
But I don't know, those 3 monsters running at Caleb, they look like they do the assignment.
Oh, my God. And he threw that off his back foot.
Yeah, if you haven't seen this play, like, I just got to say you got to check it out because Caleb was on his back foot on the 40-yard line. He just chucked it up and
running backwards.
Yeah, running backwards on his back foot. And he just throws it to the corner of the end zone. Komet catches it on a dime.
Oh, because you know what? That was a breakdown in the secondary because I really believe, and a lot of experts have said that now, that these guys are thinking the play's over. Because it ain't
over till it's over.
He who hesitates is last.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's what I said. Because you see when the one quarterback, when he looked up and he seen it in the air, when he reacted, because I watched it about 5 times in real time, the one guy was like froze. It was like in the cartoons. He froze, then you got to move. It's too late now. Going to hit you in the head, Coyote. You know what I'm saying? But the bottom line is respect to throw. And I heard Steve Young say it this week too. It's kind of sad. He goes, that could have been a throw for football lore if Chicago could have somehow figured out a way to win in overtime. Mm-hmm. But I think the gods of football just said, just guaranteed that Matt Stafford's got to have a little bit of difficulty before he beats Seattle and wins the Super Bowl and is guaranteed Hall of Fame, no questions asked anymore. Because part of the problem with Stafford and part of the problem with Caleb was, did you see the weather they were playing in? Like, what did Matt Stafford say? Steve Young said about Matt Stafford had a Matt Stafford in that kind of weather game. Oh, what did Williams have? Williams had a Williams game in that kind of weather game. You know what I mean? Because the only other guy that could have probably made that throw was Matt Stafford and probably Josh Allen. Who else in the league's got that much?
I have no idea.
Aaron Rodgers when he was younger.
Maybe, yeah.
But I mean, in the league right now, I don't think Joe Burrow could make that throw.
I've never seen him make a throw like that. That was insane.
How far it traveled. In the air, it actually traveled what? When you think about the time in the air, because he was just past the thing, it was like almost 50 yards in the air, the ball.
Yeah.
Ooh. With two guys coming down on you, on your back foot, to a spot in the end zone. But that's also good coaching, because he, when in doubt, throw it to that corner. And the guy stayed in his route. You know what I mean? But who gives a fuck? It's the Bears. They play in my division. I'm glad they went home. I was tired of Ben Johnson.
And I'm glad I called that this game was going to be a field goal game.
Oh,
the Rams favored by 4. I said take the Bears. Thank you very much.
The crazy thing about that is when you look at the whole game, though, the Rams should have put that game away earlier. Once again, stupid things happen.
I told you the
like
Rams.
The Rams.
I don't get it.
Part of it was.
Is it a McVay problem?
No, it was. Yeah, this one was a weather problem. Ball slipping.
Skill issue.
What's that?
It's a skill issue. Sounds like.
No. At times, like the ball slipped, and like Stafford's the first one to admit he missed 2 or 3 throws that he normally makes. Like he missed some guys, but then Williams missed some guys too. The ball was very tough to get your hands on.
I thought the Rams were very lucky to escape with the win in this one, to be honest.
I thought they should have beat them by more.
But in overtime, I mean, like the interception there, I blame DJ Moore on that one. He just stopped running.
Miscommunication.
He stopped running.
Well, then you should have got
run your route, buddy.
And then you knew once that interception was there, you knew exactly what Stafford was going to do.
Also, the Rams are lucky too because I don't get why Stafford threw twice in field goal range in OT. That's tempting fate right there.
What's that?
When he threw it twice when they were in field goal range. I thought that was them being greedy.
I thought that's being Matt Stafford. I didn't see nothing wrong with that. Look where the spot.
Chicago likes to go for interceptions.
But where
you're playing a dangerous game.
But look at the way where they threw those balls. Nobody was touching those. They Stafford. You don't think as a veteran.
Stafford missed a few throws. Everyone makes mistakes.
At that point in time, when he threw those balls, was there any Chicago guy get any chance of getting at him?
I'm just saying it was a weird play call.
you're a guy that doesn't believe in hypotheticals. Hypothetically, he could have thrown.
No, I believe in. It's not about hypotheticals. It's about calculated risk.
The throws were not risk, though, were they? Once you seen it where he threw
it slips out. It's cold weather. It comes out of the wrong part of your hand.
That could have happened in the second quarter. We're talking about overtime with
when it's colder.
Well, anyways, I wasn't worried.
I thought the Rams were very lucky to escape with the win.
I was glad they were throwing the ball. That was my boy. That's what I thought. If you had done anything else, I would have said, that's not the Matt Stafford I know. That's not the McVay I know. They were just trying to put this away. Come on.
Your boy.
I love Stafford. I think everyone knows
really?
that. I'm just cheering for Stafford.
I don't think you've glazed him enough on this podcast.
No. Not wait till he wins the Super Bowl this year. Because I'm getting tired of people are saying that they don't realize, in this last guy, he's already won a Super Bowl. People, what, is he surprising you now?
He's not the problem.
No, but you know what? I think they'll be fine because another thing is the grounding on the defense on LA. They're a funny defense. You get them in the first half or so because they adjust really good. Like you're going to get them with big plays and shit. You'll usually do it in the first half, even though Williams got away with the fourth quarter one there. But if you look at them, that's a good D. They're going to be around for a while. They're solid.
Sure.
You know what I mean? And I thought that might have been the best game of the 4.
Oh, definitely.
You know what I mean? High drama, great playing, shitty weather. Everybody going for it, leaving their uniforms on the field. It was just great. Now
that's going to be one of those games on NFL Network. They're going to show us like a classic playoff game for years to come.
Oh, no doubt about it. But here's the crazy thing. You know what I mean? Just remember this. What division does Chicago play in?
NFC North.
Fuck you then. Am I supposed to feel sorry for them or something? Like people says, Cruz, what do you think about? It's Chicago. I would have said the same thing about Green Bay. It would have been worse if it was Minnesota. Okay. So let's just cut to the chase.
Minnesota's your most hated team?
Oh, yeah. Okay. They're Missouri, son. But Oh, no. I grew up, like, Minnesota is the first hate in that division, bar none.
All right, so around the league, so the Falcons hired Kevin Stefanski as their head coach.
I think that's a good hire. I think that's a real...
Yeah, but now he's got to play Baker Mayfield twice a year.
I love that, though, with Baker coming up. But don't you think that's kind of weird after all these years that you hear that Stefanski was like that?
I mean, I remember hearing whispers of it back then.
I do, too, but I didn't think it was a big deal because I think that what Baker was still in between, it was at his term in his career to be quieter. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But now that he's down the road, that can say it. But that's screwed up, man. You know, that's your quarterback. You're the coach. He's getting shipped out of town. You can't even say, hey, man. Tells you something about Stefanski, right?
It does.
Because they said that...
Tells you something about the Atlanta Falcons, I guess, by extension now, too.
No, it can also tell you that maybe that had something to do with the relationship that was going on between Shedeur and Stefanski, and something had to break.
Oh,
maybe
fair enough.
That's what's going on there. I'm just saying that when you hear this, that, you know what I mean, there could be some... And he's a good coach. Come on, he was twice Coach of the Year.
Coach of the Year is such a rigmarole, kind of like merry-go-round carousel thing. So I don't whatever.
Well, we'll see this year who gets voted in because it's a very interesting...
This year, there's actually some good candidates.
Yeah, so it's going to be very interesting the way that it is. I thought the other... Go ahead.
I was going to say Dolphins hiring Packers defensive coordinator Hafley as their head coach. Interesting call.
Yeah, well, you know what? Like they say... Sometimes you don't know who the guy is. Give him a chance and let's see what happens.
I kind of like the decision of them going with the defensive guys as their head coach. I think that makes a lot of sense.
Oh, I agree. And he's the guy from the Chargers, right?
Packers.
I mean the Packers, yeah. And then
we're gonna get to that Chargers guy.
Okay, but yeah, all right. So continue. I thought it was good too because they seem to have offense there, but it's always like now, who's he gonna hire as his coordinator?
That's the big one. That's always the big one.
And they got the same GM, don't they? No, they fired the GM too, right?
Yeah, they're still looking for a new GM, I believe.
Which gets back to our original premise. How do you get some symbiotic thing going on if you don't... What, you hired the coach before you hired the general manager? So
it worked pretty well for San Francisco.
It kind of worked for Detroit too. They hired him at the same time, but we don't know.
No, we don't know. What do we got next? Lions hire Petzing as an offensive coordinator. What'd you think of that?
I like that. Good. You know what I mean? Because I heard what went on. Everybody said that. What's his name? Who signed up with San Diego? McDaniels.
Yeah. L.A. Chargers. Yeah. McDaniels went there.
He ended up going there. They said that when he came in and he sat down and he did his interview, everyone said, "Fantastic guy, not our fit." You know what I mean? Sometimes you got to realize they came out of. Word out of Detroit is they were all positive about the guy, but that's not our guy.
Right.
Like they said, this guy's a great candidate. He's going to get a job. What came out of there with Hughes and Campbell and the whole crew said, this guy is brainiac, but we don't want to play that style of football. Our team's set up to play this style of football, and hence the reason they get it. And the guy that they signed coaches that Detroit Lion kind of football. So, fit's a fit, right? And
McDaniel seems like he's going to be a good fit for the Chargers.
Oh, I think
with the Herbert.
Yes. And takes pressure off of Herbert that way too. Mm-hmm. You do the whole thing because, like I say, word around the campfire is: do you have a coach or do you have a CEO? Mm-hmm. You want your coach to be like a CEO, right?
Man, if like the Chargers, they look like they could be on the precipice of finally figuring it out.
They would have been this year. They lost their whole O-line.
Yeah.
Think about that. Their main O-line guys, the two main guys are hurt for what? One guy was out for the whole year. Mm-hmm. One guy was out after 2 games. And then one of the guys they brought in got hurt. So 3 of the 5 guys they were depending on for a whole season, they didn't even have.
They're going to be one of the favorites for that AFC West next year.
No doubt about it.
Titans hire Saleh as a head coach. A little bit weird considering this just seems like he's stepping into the same situation he stepped into with the Jets.
Yeah, but maybe they're going to listen to a little bit more, and he does appear to have a quarterback. Who did he have the quarterback in Jets until he got Aaron Rodgers, and that didn't work out? Who did he have as a quarterback in New York? That Wilson guy?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And who else? Who do you have as a quarterback? Nobody. This Ward kid looks pretty decent down there in Tennessee. And Tennessee's got some defense, and he's a defense guy, so he can tighten up that model to keep himself into one of those teams. You know what they're saying that he's going to try to do? Because Tennessee does have some modicum of defense. They're going to say next year they're going to try to be like the Houston in this way. Give us 20 points and we'll play to win.
We'll see. There's a lot of work left to do
base.
there, and they're behind Jacksonville, they're behind Indy, they're behind Houston, so there's a lot of work left to do there in Tennessee.
Well, we're gonna have to wait to
we'll
see about Indy, because Indy now is, who's their quarterback? Is it going to be Daniel Jones? That's what I'm going to bring up later. You just can't throw Anthony Richards to the freaking.
I would stick with Daniel Jones.
Well, is he going to be ready by next year? Isn't that an Achilles he had?
Oh, true.
So it might be a little bit there. But what you got to do is you got to go to camp and see what this Anthony Richards has got for you before you throw him away. He was what, number 4 pick overall?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah,
and,
he was a top 5 pick.
And Indianapolis picked up their defensive guy, was it Gardner, and he didn't even get to play because he got hurt one game in. So it's going to be interesting in that division. But guaranteed Tennessee will be predicted to come in last in the division again.
Yeah, for sure. Last coaching hire was Baltimore hiring the Chargers defensive coordinator Jesse Minter as their head coach.
Did we talk about Harbaugh last week?
Yeah, we did.
Okay. Minter, I think, is a good hire. You know what I mean? I really think he's a good hire.
Baltimore staying with that defensive identity.
Yes, you know what I mean? And keep it like feet in the ground, bang hard, away they go.
Part of me wonders if their window's closed, though.
Word around the campfire is that they didn't
like them and Kansas City.
They didn't necessarily let Lamar in on the proceedings as much as Buffalo is letting Josh Allen in on the proceedings, which makes it interesting.
Yeah.
But the reason I brought up Harbaugh is because I don't know if we alluded to it last week, but it came out afterwards about Harbaugh just blowing by the GM.
What do you mean, just blowing by him?
Oh, he's reporting directly to the owner. He's not. He doesn't have to answer.
Of the Giants. Yeah.
And the guy says, "Oh, we're going to work together." Isn't that some of the symbiotic things that we're saying when you just come in and already that comes out? You go, what? Doesn't it just sound weird?
Yeah. Well, I mean, the Maras are strange owners.
They're good owners for the most part.
But every time the Giants have won the Super Bowl, it's kind of like been by accident. You know what I mean? All 4 times, they were never like, wow, this is like the Giants' year to win. It was always kind of like, no, they snuck in the back and they
got
kind of pulled it out. Yeah,
they got 4.
I know, but the way it happened is like, I don't know, it's strange. It's strange. You have to admit that.
Okay, I'll say that. But then again, I think the comeback from Harbaugh was he already reported to the owner. In Baltimore,
okay.
So he's going, that was my MO anyway.
And how'd that work? I mean, they won 1 in Baltimore, I guess.
You know what, his record, when you look back on in Baltimore, he did miss the playoffs a couple of years, but he won 4 division titles.
Yeah.
Won a Super Bowl, went to 3 conference championship games in all those years? Like he missed the playoffs. Whether he was there 15 years, they missed the playoffs only 3 times.
Yeah.
So that's 12 there. That's 3 playoff games. I mean, 3 conference championships and a Super Bowl win. But when you put it in context of like, now that Sean Payton's part of this Denver thing, people don't realize it, and I hate Denver too, is, Denver's been to the Super Bowl almost as much as anybody else. When you look at
their total history?
Their total history of going there. Who's been there more? I think it's New England's been there more. Has Dallas been there more? No, I think they've been there because you got to remember.
Pittsburgh's got to have been there a number of times.
They're both there about even. But remember, they went 5 times with Elway. Okay? That's 5. Then they got their asses kicked by Dallas in the 70s. Then they went twice with Peyton. 5, 6, that's 9 times they went to the Super Bowl. Or 8 times? 5, 6, 8 times. How many times did New England go? They went 10 times.
They've been 10 times, yeah.
Or is it 11?
11, yeah, because the one against the Bears, there was the 90s one.
Yeah, so they actually went 11 times. And Pittsburgh's what? They won 6 and they lost to their 8. I think, but when you think about it in time, that's why I say about whatever you say about the Giants and their luck or not. They've got 4. They're 4-0.
I'm just saying it's weird.
No, did they ever lose one in there? Maybe they've been there 5. Yeah, it's kind of weird, But that's why the big talk about Mile High in Denver, like, that's why it's such a hype game tomorrow when you think of the history of Denver and they're back in. And sometimes I always say, like, Denver's a way bigger market than Buffalo. What has Buffalo done compared to Denver and the thing? And sometimes when you get the calls, when I say the V word, it just weirds me out. Like, when they got the call and I started thinking about the whole Denver thing, and I'm going, yeah, corporate America got away with one.
That sounds like a conspiracy theory right there.
I don't know, but it just seemed weird. But everyone's doing cartwheels for Denver. Don't you know that? It's a great Denver resurgence. Fuck Denver. I hated them too.
I've never heard anyone say that about Denver.
They're all back because, remember, they haven't been there since Peyton Manning.
No, I know.
So fuck them. I hope they lose again.
Whatever.
I hope New England's beating them.
So we'll get into the games. So picks against the spread. So last week in our round 2 competition, I was 3 for 4. You were only 1 for 4.
Those damn spreads.
Yep, so on the playoff competition, I'm ahead of you 11 points to 5. This week, conference championship games are going to be worth triple points, so you're not out of it yet.
Well, we're not going to go far because we're both taking New England and the points, aren't we?
I am. So New England's in Denver. New England's favored by 4 points. This one opened up at New England 5.5. It went as low as 3.5 last night, but it's at 4 now. We're both on the Patriots to cover.
Yeah, that's the Denver money coming in. You know what I'm talking about?
And then LA Rams at the Seattle Seahawks. This one stayed steady. Seahawks favored by 2.5. I'm on the Seahawks all day.
Do I have to tell you who I'm picking? After all that rhetoric? I think, this is my same call when I said about Seattle beating San Francisco. When the Rams are putting them away in the fourth quarter, don't be surprised. You heard it here first.
Okay.
Like they're coming down, they're winning by 10 or 12. Because I think that the Rams are going to go home and look at the tapes and say, how did we lose to these guys anyway? We kicked their ass before, and they got Sam Darnold. Let's go to work. Let's put those 12 guys to sleep. I think that's going to be interesting. And how can New England lose?
Against a backup quarterback?
I don't care what you say about this. This guy.
I think they're going to win by a touchdown.
I think they are too. But here's the pedigree. Oh, Bill Belichick took him because he's a smart guy. Sean Payton took him because he's a smart guy. Who's the other one that took him? Anyway, 3 people got this guy really quick to put in your room because he's a smart backup guy. The definitive word is what?
Backup.
That's what I thought, backup. So he's good to have around in case of emergencies. Steve Young said it best. This guy has not thrown a ball at NFL speed since, what is it?
I think the last pass he threw went for an interception, too.
That's in regular season.
Yeah.
His last preseason game, he threw for 360 yards.
Preseason.
That's what and guess who it was against? The Rams.
Oh, yeah.
Well, the Raiders.
Oh,
So,
my guess was going to be the Titans.
Okay, but any case may be, I just can't see New England with their defense, which we said is now underrated. How can they lose this game, bro?
I don't think they will.
I can't. And you know what they were saying? And this is an interesting point. Here's an interesting point. If Denver's defense plays as well as it can, Drake May's going to have to tie his shoes really tight. But then if the New England defense plays up to their level, with Drake May already been playing all season, and this guy coming in under stress, I can't see, like, in the fourth quarter, 3rd and 12. Has this guy ever been there before? No.
We need to move off this. We need to get this show moving. Anything else for football?
No, but that's what we're going to be. New England can't lose, bro.
They will not.
Okay.
And we'll take this into the NHL with our newest edition of the Power Rankings. At number 5, they were not on my list last week. I got the Detroit Red Wings.
Okay.
At number 4, down a spot from last week, I got the Minnesota Wild.
Okay.
At number 3, not on my list last week, the big movers, the Carolina Hurricanes.
Okay.
Staying at number 2, Tampa Bay. Staying at number 1, Colorado. That means Dallas and Vegas off my list. Vegas is my honorable mention, I guess, my number 6.
Okay, so that's Dallas fell off my list too.
Yeah.
Okay, so number 5, I've got Tampa Bay.
Really?
Yes. And number 4, I got the Red Wings.
Okay.
Look at what's gone on. I'm going by like the last 10 games too. And who's ahead in the standings.
Tampa Bay's last 10 have been fantastic.
And so is Detroit.
Yeah.
And look who's in first place right now. Detroit's
It's
ahead
Detroit,
of Tampa ahead of me. So I'm taking, and with all due respect to Tampa Bay. And they just got a point last night. They've got, a point in every game in the last 15? So let's not go there. But I still think there's something about Detroit. I got number 4. Number 3, I got the Canes. They seem to figure it out with that kid goalie. And number 2, I got Minnesota.
Minnesota hasn't been that great lately.
They've been good enough. You know what I mean? When they have to be, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, they've been fine. Like, there's the excuse that, Montreal got them late because they played Toronto the night before. That's all that talk is bullshit because they got to Vegas a couple nights later. It doesn't work like that. You play who you play on the night you do, and that's how you do it. But Minnesota's a good team. And now that they've got,
they are.
When they got Quinn Hughes back there, sometimes he's got they control the puck for like 3 or 4 minutes at a time. Now, that's why the Montreal Minnesota game was much better than the Minnesota Toronto game. But that's only because the styles of play are differently. But I think Minnesota's number 2. And, of course, Colorado's number 1. And who's going to upend them?
I don't know for the time being. I have no idea.
We're going to have to wait to playoffs and see. But now that we're past our power rankings, the next place we have to go to which is our natural place, is
The Leaf Report.
the Toronto Maple Leaf Report. Well, bro, what do you got to say about the last few games in Toronto?
Well, 3 losses in a row doesn't feel good. Somehow, though, I don't know, the East is such a mess that we're still hanging around in playoff contention. I think we're still 9th, aren't we?
Listen, let's cut to the chase here.
That and 3 losses in a row, that should have been the death nail in a lot of ways.
You ain't done losing in a row yet. Let's just get here. Now, first of all, before we get to there, I don't want to get jumping too big because everyone knows where my alliances are. But my opinion right now, the Toronto Maple Leafs are in huge trouble making the playoffs. Like last week I'm saying about the spread, or they're going to do this, they're going to do that. These guys are in trouble. First of all, is if it wasn't for the fact that their goaltending has held them up the way it is, they'd be even bigger.
Sure.
The reason they lost this week was not to do with their goaltenders, even though I would not have stopped Stolarz last night, especially those 2 early goals that just killed him. He seemed to be ready. I would have put him in, but then they're going to go against Colorado.
Yeah, exactly. You got to pick your poison, especially with the Leafs games coming up.
Okay, and I agree with that, but I'm just saying it's what you saw last night on one of the goals when Buddy hit the post, and then everybody's scrambling, and then they scored anyway. Something about your defense when certain guys out there, Riley, you guys are lacking. You know what I mean? That old problem.
We're missing Tanev.
Oh, you know what? I was talking to some guys the other night, and they said they agree. We do not realize how much Tanev has meant to this team over the last couple of years till now that he's gone.
That's not true, because we were always glazing this guy on the show.
I love the guy too, but would you put him up there we don't talk to him over like a Quinn Hughes or any of those.
Well, that's just because
guys.
he doesn't have the offensive acumen as those guys.
Exactly.
But in terms of defensive defenseman, I think we always said last year is one of the best guys in the league.
No. I guess I've never had a Tanev, but it's so glaring this year.
Yeah.
When he's not there, it's just got you in the face, and of course with Marner not being there and having to adjust as the forwards, that's always affected the team. We know that. That's a gimme. But it's you know what it is? It's the things that aren't in the box scores. You know what I'm talking about? That's Tanev. He's got a pocket full of this shit. And look at Riley. He should have been on the ice last night for 3 goals against. Twice, one the other time they hit the post, and the other one someone made a great save. But he gave the puck up 3 times in his own zone. You can't do that, bro. And the rest of the season, you got to ride with these guys. You're great waiver pickup. That guy's playing his ass off, Stetcher. And if you're at the beginning of the season, you're going to see he was going to be one of your stall marks on defense.
Oh, I know. And we're missing Nylander too, which isn't helping the situation.
Oh, that's like the sauce on your wings kind of guy. You got no wings on your sauce right now. No sauce on your wings right now. That's a problem too. And look what your schedule coming up. You've got what is it? Colorado, Buffalo, and then you're going out west to Seattle, who's battling for a playoff. So I think you got Seattle.
It's the Seattle, Edmonton, Calgary, Vancouver trip.
Oh, and you know what they always say now? You're at home. You got a 5-game win streak. You just took the 5 points you did on the road, when you break your season down into points. Now they got 5 games at home. You're hoping for at least 7 points out of the 5. Where are they going to get them now?
Oh, well, Monday.
They got one.
Monday against Buffalo, against Colorado. That's a big one. Or sorry, Sunday night, Sunday afternoon. What am I saying?
Sunday afternoon.
And Tuesday Buffalo, and then Thursday they go to Seattle.
They're in deep, okay? And now here's another problem with this team is they're scoring, but they're not scoring. You know what I'm saying?
Well, they're scoring, but they're allowing too many goals.
Or they're not getting the goals at the right time. Look at how much they had to fight back to get into the game because they were down 2-0 so early. And listen, I'll tell you what, I don't know, because this game was such a hyped game, a little overhyped, but we'll get to that in a minute, that I don't know if I want Stolarz.
Oh, you're skipping to the end of the week then.
What's that?
You're skipping to the end of the week.
Oh, well, we'll get back to the beginning. First of all, the Minnesota game.
Well, first of all, the Winnipeg game.
Oh, you guys came out of nowhere. That was how did you win that game? That was fairy dust?
No, because the Leafs had lost. Winnipeg had horseshoes up their asses. The Leafs should have had more in that game.
Yes, they should.
Well, and Scheifele, too, stopping that one on the goal line.
There you go. So, and you know what? I thought that was a great character win for them.
And then the end of that third period, that was a horrible penalty call on Nyes, too.
Oh, brutal.
Handicapped us.
Absolutely brutal. But here's the bottom line is you guys showed a lot of moxie in that game.
I agree.
Came back and you're saying we're going to go.
Well, Toronto and Winnipeg, I don't know if you know, but we don't like each other.
No, you can see that going. But look, that was one of those nights that frickin' Austin Matthews had frickin' jets in his skates. Mm-hmm. That whole line's looking good.
Ekman Larson was dynamite to that game.
Oh, he was moving the puck like no tomorrow. You guys had lots of chances. Hellebuck made some big saves. You had huge pressure, and you had the possession time looked great.
Yeah.
So when you came out with that win, I said, okay, here you go, Toronto. This is a great way to be coming home. You got your 5 points out of that Road trip is what you wanted, right? You'd like a little bit more, but you got 5.
And then Monday was the scheduled loss against Minnesota.
Oh, my God. What happened?
Hey, you know what? Credit to Minnesota. A low whistle, low event game. They're boring, but they're damn fucking efficient, man. They're elite at clogging the neutral defensive zone as well as the passing lanes.
Yeah, but then they break out when they have to. Like the way they play the Jekyll and Hyde game. They said the same thing about Montreal. Like all of a sudden it seems like they're bottling it up. Then Quinn Hughes has got the puck and it's wide open. You know what I'm saying? It's weird how they do it. Like their transition game is weird. But the thing is, you guys gave up too much too early. Like you were at a game and you left Wall out to dry. You can't blame Wall on that. Wall's been playing great. But a couple of those goals, man, like come on. No chance. No,
I agree.
Defense. And once again, I hate to beat a dead horse, but Riley made a couple of brutal. Like what's wrong with the guy in his own zone? Is he going out too fast? But
I don't know.
He's looking like a defensive liability at times, don't you think?
Put him at left wing.
That might be the idea. But that's what isn't that what Lane Hudson plays? No, just joking. Just joking. I love the guy.
And you wonder why he's not on Team USA?
I'm just saying. But the bottom line is about Toronto is I don't know what you guys are going to do, but what's happening now is if you look at the standings.
Like that Red Wings game, well, that was a tough one. That was just
great hockey game, by the way.
We might have gotten goalied that game. But
I think you did, which is just saying, like, remember we were talking about 20 games ago, can Detroit's goaltending hold up? Mm-hmm. Apparently it is. 2-1 on the road. But you know
Took them a little bit to get there, but they got there.
Exactly. But here's the deal. One of the things I'm saying, and one of the prerequisites, the Leafs are getting their 30 shots on goal, except when it was even against Minnesota, I think they got their 30 shots on goal.
Yeah.
Like, they have been firing the puck much more. They are trying to go to the net more. But there's something missing, bro. What is it?
Well, like we mentioned the guys that they're missing in the lineup, Nylander and Tanev.
Okay, that's huge too, but everywhere around the league is missing players too. You can't come out
Two top
flat.
players like that?
Oh, Minnesota was missing who? Who in
Boldy.
Yeah, and who else? Boldy and somebody else. They're missing 2 big guys that are equal to the 2 that Toronto are missing when you want to put it in context to do that. But what I'm saying is you can't come out flat. And here's the real problem, bro. You guys are at 50 games now, or 51 games. You are now 9 points behind, or 10 points behind the Red Wings.
Oh, we're not we're not getting a top 3 seed.
Okay, so then you're out of there with the top 3. So what are you going to do here? Buffalo.
The Leafs are going to have to scrap for the wild card.
Okay, so what is that telling you? And what I wish it went back to the 1-8 standings. I really do. When I'm looking at going on around the league, that's going to.
It is what it is.
It's going to get there. But you know what I'm saying? It's starting to separate itself is. Montreal, we're not out of the woods. Look at Buffalo. They beat us again. We're 2 points behind. So you know what I mean? And there's getting less games now. So when you're coming back from the Olympics, there's only 25 games.
Oh, I know.
That's a sprint.
I know.
That's a sprint. So now that you lose games, where do you get the games back? There's no getting games back at this point in the year. When they had that 8-0-2 run, Toronto, that was their way to get back in. And what did it get them? It got them to the door of the playoffs, and now they're outside again.
You're just scrapping for the wild card. I mean, whatever. Like, once you're in the playoffs, you're in. Like, that's all that matters.
Oh, so. Of course. You. What is your percentage of you thinking them getting in?
The Leafs?
Yeah.
I'm going to be optimistic.
You better be.
Yeah.
Okay, are they going to make a move? Are they going to make a move before the Olympics?
Before the Olympics, no. It's going to be closer to trade deadline.
Okay.
I don't think they're going to do anything major, though. Because they don't have anything really to play with.
That's their biggest problem, too. And they can't be giving up their 2028 first-round draft choice. No. Okay, let's get away with that. Which gets us back to these other players.
Well, we got to talk about the Vegas game, too.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Now, let's get to the Vegas game. First thing that Vegas did is they played their usual game, and who did they pick up?
What do you mean?
Defenseman-wise?
Oh, yeah, they picked up Rasmus Andersson from Calgary for Zach Whitecloud prospect Adam Wiebe, who's a junior in North Dakota, 2027 first and a 2028 second that can upgrade to a first if Vegas wins the Cup this year.
So look at Vegas. What disrespect do they show for their draft picks? You know what I mean? But
their first round picks, like those guys don't play for Vegas.
No, they're chess pieces.
Yeah.
You know what it seems though? The one defenseman that everybody said that everybody wanted, where does he end up?
Well, Rasmus Andersson?
Yeah, he was the number one talked about. Yeah. He's been talked about the last 2 weeks. You can't go to any hot stove. Where is he going? Can the Leafs get a shot at him?
No, we knew that because Calgary's not going to want to trade with Toronto.
I agree with that too. But the bottom line is, I think it's a decent haul for Calgary.
And they could flip White Cloud for something too.
Well, they say they may do that at the deadline. You know what I'm saying? But the bottom line is, there's Vegas. Vegas showing you they're going for it. They're a good team. The thing that about Vegas that blows my mind is the 12 overtime losses, but we'll get to that. Weren't you worried when they lost the game before, when they were like when I seen the score and we were
they're down 4-0 to Boston?
I said, oh, this does not bode well for you guys tomorrow night. Yeah, and they
No, it
fought
definitely
back
did
in
not.
the game. They fought back when they ended up losing.
They made it 4-3.
Yeah, and they came back. But Vegas, you know how many games they've been like that this year? Like they get down early?
Because their goaltending's a mess.
Oh, that's what I was saying. We were talking about last night. I'm going, well.
Like Akira Schmid, the guy who was in net against Boston that night, he's been their best goalie, and even then, he hasn't been that good. He's like a career number 3 goalie.
Oh, 100%. But here's the deal is, I was talking to my buddy Mike. You hear that, Mike? We were sitting there talking about it. Goes, look at what's the difference. They're throwing Stolars in. They're throwing in Hayden Hill. How long has Hayden Hill been around lately?
Yeah,
so
exactly.
When
Not much.
When it came to the goaltending situation, I thought it was both the same. I just thought it would be easier for Hayden Hill to be in because of the way the Vegas is playing and the pressure of the game and the hype of the game, that I thought, oh, that's you're doubling down on that pressure on Stolars, which there's not that much pressure on Hayden Hill because he's Vegas. He's not Marner. You know what I mean? That kind of... I
think you're overthinking it. I think he's just the second goalie and it's a back-to-back. That's it.
Okay, who, Hayden Hill?
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. So
yeah.
He was in there, so let's just get there. But my point being is, when I heard Stolars was starting, that caught me off guard. I'd rather have gone with Wall and taken
we went through this already. There's nowhere to hide.
Exactly.
There's nowhere to hide.
It's just, I don't know.
My lineup decision I was upset with last night was they called up Jacob Quillen from the Marlies. They didn't even put him in the game.
No. Is he going to play against Colorado?
I hope. He's been looking pretty promising. I liked his call up last year too. He's our best player with the Marlies. Like he's up there with points per game. I think he leads the team in that category. We'll see.
Okay, so who goes to the press box?
Yarncroke.
So you're understanding like now why I say that guy's should be.
It's going to be his last year with the Leafs. They're not going to sign him back.
No, and I understand the Nylander situation has put them in a. Yeah, whatever it is.
I'm praying Dakota Joshua can come back soon too.
Oh yeah, he was playing his best hockey when he went out.
I know.
Like, look at that, and that screwed up another line that you guys are just.
No, well, mind you, Waugh, Cowan, and Robertson have gotten some chemistry on that third line, so it hasn't been too bad. But still, you'd like to have the depth.
Okay, so now when it comes to trade deadline situations or making,
hold on, you're not the Leafs Vegas game.
Okay,
we're burying the lead.
Okay, then go ahead. I don't want to bury the lead.
Marner boo's not so bad.
No, that was great.
Told you so.
All right, but okay. Was this one of the most overhyped games in the history of Toronto Maple Leafs?
No, because it's a big deal.
Oh, I think it was a big deal too, and I think that it was handled the right way. So let's cut to the truth on this, okay? Because this is the period on the sentence in the whole Marner game. All right? So let's just see a couple things that happened yesterday that had to come out that made me go, Your boy Elliot Friedman. We got to bring this up. I want to say it on the show. Okay? When I seen him on yesterday, that was a hatchet job, bro. We seen the article that he put out just as Marner was coming to town. And then he jumps on the fan to try to backtrack. Elliot, you're not a backtrack guy. You're the guy. So you know that you stepped on toes when you went that far with it. I'm doubling down with our other guy who I think is one of the better coordinators of sports, all of North America, our guy Hazy B. He came on with the first thing he did was a full-on bitch slap. Bang! How you doing, Marner? Glad you're back in town. Bang! And so what I'm saying is that where we get to the overhyped part is these guys are the part of the reasons they're doing it when you add it with the fan factor. You add it all up. It could have been very explosive, but I'm glad that it went the way that it went. You know what I mean? It could have been worse. Could have been a Vince Carter situation, so I'm glad. But did we need to hear about all this dirty laundry just as Marner was coming into town to make things look worse? Were you really going to get ranting in on your team? Come on.
Well, like we discussed before the show, we suspect some of this is personal. Because there has been, it's been noted that Marner's people have gone off after some media people.
And we don't know who the media people are.
No, we do. Steve Dangle's one of them.
Oh yeah.
He's been very open about it.
Okay, that one there.
Yeah.
But I think that the other guys are like, I'm saying at this point when we got there, all this garbage is on the table. All the laundry is being thrown out the window. And we have to say this. Everybody acted professionally when it got to the door. You know, even though I'm ragging on Elliott and I'm ragging on Hazy B, everyone handled it professionally. It didn't go that far. But guess what? The trail was already there. The skid marks are already on the road. We already know. So these guys are front and center of this, and it probably was personal, what we'll never know.
Yeah.
But
we may know eventually, but not
10
anytime
years
soon.
when somebody writes a book.
Someone writes a book, yeah.
Okay, but the problem is when you put it this way, which we can't deny or we can't disagree with, is the fact that Marner has had some trails of things out there that didn't look too good on his side. Okay, along the way, including why did they have to bring up the way that he was manipulated to go to the London Knights and the way that his rookie contract went when they came here and all that? That's water under the bridge, isn't it, Elliot? That's water under the bridge.
Well, not if it shows a history or a pattern of stuff going on.
Oh, but the way that he looped it in, and we didn't get ranting in. He went from there till we didn't get ranting in. Elliot, you're fucking good, bro. Come on. Hatchet job at its finest. So did you call up Hazy B and go, when you start the show, just slap Marner out of the box? Whack! And that's when I said, ooh, this could get ugly. That's when I texted you. I said, wow. When the media...
I knew it wasn't going to get too ugly, though.
I think part of the reason was Vegas scored so fast.
I don't buy that.
Oh, that always takes the temperature of the room is the score of the game. How you're going to cheer, how you're going to go. Like, what if the Leafs had got up 2-0 real quick?
I think it still would have been the same. It wouldn't have been that bad.
I'm just going to say, Leaf Nation, you should be proud of yourself for not making this the spectacle that everybody thought that it could have been from a negative fashion.
And playoff Marner showed up. 0 points in that game.
Okay, whatever. Yeah, see, look at it. Doesn't stop, does it? It just doesn't stop. I'm on the Mitch Marner side of this. Now, I didn't like the fact that they were bringing up personal stuff about what his parents were doing with real estate agents. We didn't have to talk about that.
Well, that's directly involved with the hockey decision, so that's not...
only a rumor. No one could verify it. They were just saying. It was just like, allegedly... Okay, allegedly there was an issue in a grocery store. Allegedly someone leaked Marner's address online. All alleged, right, bro? Everything's alleged here. Okay, but the media can get away with it because they got the microphones and Marner doesn't.
What do you mean? Marner could just say his side out there. He could just get a reporter and be like, hey, I want to put my side out there. Don't make him out like to be some victim.
I'm not saying he's totally a victim, but I'm saying you're ramping it up to make him look worse. And I'm just saying it's over now.
Well, Marner's a little bit of a bitch, so he can deal with it.
Look at the first thing that you came out of it. He was still playoff Marner. 6 goals scored. He got no points. Playoff Marner. You know what I'm saying? That's what
just stating the facts.
That's why the guy's in Vegas.
Oh, that's why? Because I hurt his feelings?
Maybe he seemed to be pretty sick. I thought Marner handled this way better. And then do you hear what he said? Are you glad it's over? Yes. Period on the sentence. I'm just saying as we're getting to the end of the story, we're getting to the crux of the biscuit, that some of the bigger people in the city that have sway in talking about the Toronto Maple Leafs slap the guy harder. So as being over. That's just, for me, that makes me appear to say, maybe it is personal like you're saying, but there's a lot more to the story we'll may never know.
Marner's camp, there's a lot of toxicity that's been proven around there. So, I mean...
sometimes it was defense of him too.
What do you mean?
Like sometimes, okay, when we were talking about my biggest thing, and I'm saying this now, and I've said it on the show before, the biggest problem with Marner is this, where his contract came up chronologically and the history of what happened in the playoffs. You put the two together, bang.
No, the contract thing where it came up, no, come on.
Nylander went first.
Okay.
And then Matthews came up, and then it became them. But then you had another year of loss in the playoffs. Then you had another year of loss in the playoffs. Then you had another year.
I think Marner would have been gone anyways.
You think so?
Yeah.
I asked you that, and you even say that even if they had beaten Florida?
It would have been 50-50.
If they had to beat Florida?
They would have had to win the cup for him to stay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm just going to say that this chapter ends this way. Cruz is going to stick closer to Marner than I am going to stick the Leaf Nation on this, because I think he's
shocker.
too good of a player.
Shocker.
Too good of a player to let go like that. And Mitch has got my number. If he's in town staying this summer, I'm still walking his dog. I don't have a problem with that. I'm walking Mitch's dog. Matthew said I'm good at that. He got the word that I'm good dog walker too.
Oh, okay,
you know?
I'm
so
sure.
Everyone knows that, just in case these guys are having a rough time with the media, he'll go address the media and Cruz will walk their dog.
Sure.
Okay.
Thomas Hurdle's a bit of a little bitch.
Yes, he is. What's his problem?
I don't understand. He was the guy when he first broke in with San Jose. I thought he was going to be a star.
I did too. Okay, then he got the...
Now he's like, what, third-line center for Vegas, basically.
Yeah, but you know what it was? He's one of those guys that didn't adjust straight away. Because remember, he was this in Vegas, in San Jose.
Yeah.
Then he got nearly at pick and order. But that just gives you another thing about what you got to respect about Marner. This was a Marner's team. Come in, he's found his way. Now he's playing center, which we didn't bring up. He had to play center for these guys on top of it because of their injury issues. So it's how you ingratiate your way with your team. Now, who was a higher caliber player? Marner or Hurdle?
Oh, Marner.
Okay, of course it was. So Marner, of his veteran status and what he has worked his way into the lineup. Like, they thought he'd be playing with Eichel and all that. It didn't really go, but they figured
they're both too much of playmakers.
Exactly. Okay, we got that. Okay, so like Marner has figured out where his place is in the lineup, and they're going forward, and Vegas is getting better as the season's going on. Hurdle should just shut the front door. Come on. Just shut the front door. You're still on a good team. You're playing on a third line. He's still playing 18 minutes a night.
Sure.
Okay, and so the production should be on your side. Don't you expect him to produce a little bit more?
Sure.
Is that Hurdle?
Sure.
Shut the front door, buddy.
Yeah, so this week coming up for the Leafs, they got Colorado Sunday, Buffalo Tuesday, in Seattle Thursday, and in Vancouver on Saturday.
So that means they should have, what have they lost now? 3 in a row?
Yeah.
So they'll have a 6-game losing streak. Maybe 7.
I think we're going to beat Colorado. Leafs always turn up against the Avalanche. You don't notice that?
Colorado's pissed that you beat them in their house.
Good for them. That's cute.
Yeah, and then they're not going to be happy with that. They're going to come into Toronto. Because you know what? Here's what you guys got going against you.
And you think the Leafs are happy on a 3-game losing streak?
No, and I think they're going to come out like they did. Like, I give them credit for the way they came back against Vegas last night. When they got down, I thought this is going to be a beating.
Mark tomorrow afternoon schedule. And it's an afternoon game, too, which is another thing going against Colorado.
That's true, too, and it's on Leaf time, right?
Well, 1:30 in the afternoon, because they're just basically getting it before football.
Oh, right.
Yeah. This is a game I was actually considering going to.
In any event, I think the Leafs are, and Seattle's going to be waiting for them at home, and they're scrapping for a playoff spot.
Sure.
Like, look, Seattle isn't out of this. Seattle and Utah, both. Like, I don't know. I think one of the most interesting thing is that San Jose has raised their flag. But look at, when you're talking about it, Seattle's only 2 points behind Anaheim, who looked like they were going to be comfortable.
Seattle's such a Jekyll and Hyde team, though. I don't know about them.
Anaheim's become Jekyll and Hyde. I thought they were
They're pulling themselves back up again, though.
A bit, but...
I think Anaheim's going to be fine.
Okay, but then when you go to the other side here, like, look at San Jose was in the mix, and suddenly they're down to 53 points. So there was Seattle with 53, and Anaheim's got 55. Meanwhile, on the other side, our good friends Utah have got 56.
Yeah.
And where did Nashville show up from?
Oh, yeah, they've been turning it up ever since, like, what, December?
2 biggest turn-ups. Remember, we were making fun of them back in December. Who 2 teams that were making fun of the most? Buffalo and Nashville.
Yeah, I guess.
We were crucifying Buffalo. Yeah. We go, well, oh, guys, another season like this? Hey,
no, good for them.
Oh, I say it's great for them, but the 2 of them. But with that being said, that's what I'm saying. Toronto's got to worry about that because they're going into the freaking belly of the beast here. Like, none of those games are going to be easy.
No, of course not.
And when you
welcome to the 2026 NHL season.
Oh, it's one for the ages, is it not? But as you can see out west, certain teams are moving away from the pack. It's over. It's all of these teams: the Anaheim, Seattle, San Jose, Utah, Nashville. They're all going to be battling to the last 10 games of the year to get in there. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So, and here's another thing you guys having against you. Everyone loves to beat the Leafs. That's just the way it is.
That's nothing new.
Exactly. So you're the Toronto Maple Leafs. So Colorado's going to say, get out of our way.
Okay.
Get out of our way. Good luck.
Okay.
Thank
you.
Right now, you guys are what? You're 2 points out of...
I'm actually optimistic for that Colorado game. I think we win tomorrow.
Okay, so let's put it this way. You are right now 4 points out of a...
playoff spot?
Wild card spot. Where do you think you're going to be when we have a show next week?
Probably a point out.
Wow. I say you're 6 out.
Okay.
6 out. Good luck to that.
Okay. Well, if that prediction's as bad as your football picks, then I guess I don't got to worry.
You should be on the way there. I love the way you get it in there, boy. You're a great lawyer. I love the way you think about that. Which tells me I shouldn't be getting too cocky myself, because if we're looking at my beloved Montreal Canadiens, we're not exactly burning it up.
It was a bit of a weird week for you guys.
100% weird, yes.
Last Saturday in Ottawa, you escaped with a 6-5 win in overtime, which is more about Ottawa puking it up at the end of the game than anything.
100%. But you know what it is? We don't quit.
No.
That's why we got it. But that we stole.
Well, and you caught Ottawa right in the heart of their issues there in the locker room.
Speaking of Ottawa, did you see the Allmark?
I saw enough of it.
You had to turn it off, right? You had to turn. I'll be honest. You had to turn it off.
I don't know. It's just so funny. Like, and the internet's like all like, "Oh, we're sorry, we were wrong about Allmark." It's like
we don't know that.
I don't know how much of this I buy.
I think it's a dog and pony show. Got to make the team look good. Settle it down. We're playing.
I'm still going back to that statement put out by Ottawa. That is such a smoking gun.
And then when Allmark suddenly skating around and he's coming out to do a little bit of a frickin', you know what I'm thinking, guys? Fuck off. Come on. Like, you couldn't sit through the whole interview. It was disingenuous as anything. Like, did they prime him up with a few sentences? Don't forget to put in this word. Okay, Allmark, don't forget this word.
I'm sure the Sens PR team was trained
brutal.
him well. Yeah.
When you add the statement from the team and Allmark's press conference, unicorns.
Or it wasn't the interview with the reporter from TSN.
Whatever the case may be. And notice they sent her out there. She's the least in the pecking order. Here, you go deal with this Allmark guy.
Well, what do you mean? She covers the team. She's like TSN's beat reporter.
Okay, I gotta give her that. But I mean, was that any significance? Why didn't we have like an Elliot Freeman?
Well, because it was a Bell interview, not Rogers.
Was it?
Yeah. I think TSN has a better relationship with the Sens too. Okay. Because they have like a lot of board ads and stuff.
You got a point there. Okay, I didn't realize that. Yeah. In any event, you couldn't get through. But let's get back to Montreal. You couldn't get through the whole thing, could you? When you were watching it?
I just saw the clips.
Was that cringe?
Yeah.
Okay.
Versus Minnesota on Tuesday, Habs win 4-3. Caught the Wild napping coming off the Leafs game. A scheduled loss for the Wild, if you will.
Oh, stop it. That was a great hockey game.
I'm happy you guys got the 2 points, though.
That was a great...
Caulfield scored the winner with 15 seconds left in that one.
And we were down 3-2. We went at them. The thing is about Montreal is that sometimes the joke of Montreal is when Montebaum's in, let's just start 1-0. Let's just start 1-0. Okay, here's
man, if I was a Habs fan, he would not be making me feel too good right now.
He plays good, except like we got to start the game. Okay, what's the game? Montebaum. Okay, you guys, let's start 1-0. Okay, like look at every game. Montebaum gives up the first shot in the net. Oh.
Let's go Thursday against Buffalo. So the Habs lose that one 5-2. They fell behind 3-0 early in the second. Montebaum allows 3 goals on 16 shots in that game.
What did I tell you? Two of them were in the first 5.
16 shots?
But 2 of them were in the first 5. Well, the third goal was good by Buffalo. And we stormed all the way back and couldn't get back in again. Because that's what I'm saying about Montebaum.
Well, Lukinen stood on his head that game, too. 32 saves on 34 shots.
Oh, we were all over him. Like, we couldn't. We said, okay, we're down. That's what I'm saying. Montebaum, like, we got to start off 1-0 every time that he's there. Oh, we were all over him. We got goalied in the end. But that's no excuse. Why did Montebaum give up those goals in, 16 shots?
Yeah.
You're like, you know what are you going to say? This is the goalie one. And one of the goals, he was like this. He put his hand out here and it went through the other side. Like, come on. And then the rest of the game, like he made 5 or 6 huge saves. You know when you need that save, when we got the pressure on and Buffalo comes down, you make it? He made those saves. But he didn't make those ones when we needed them early. We were down, what was it? 2-0 the first 5 minutes of the game? 6 minutes of the game, we're down 2-0?
Jekyll, Hyde. Jekyll, Hyde, Jekyll.
Which makes me say that we shouldn't be so. Everyone's lauding what we are doing this year. Do you notice I haven't been that loud about it? Have I been that?
I've noticed.
Yeah. Okay. Because I'm.
I mean, to be fair, like Montreal, like there is work to do. Like we talked about this a little bit too during our meeting. Trade deadline. I don't know what the move for you guys is. There's nothing. There's no obvious upgrade.
Kadri.
So down the middle.
Kadri. Okay. Was what we need, and you know what we're doing? We can't give up. We can't give up the kid that played in the juniors this year.
If you guys get Kadri, I'm punching a hole through a wall.
Oh, you know what? We're the lead candidate, and we got everything to do, and we got prospects and draft picks. You know what I mean? So we can afford. Yeah. But it's who we just give up. They've been talking about that Hague kid that played in the juniors this year. Don't give up that guy. He's a good hockey player.
It depends on how much Calgary's able to like run up for him, right? Like it depends on the bidding war.
Well,
because Montreal's not going to be the only team in on him.
No, but from what I understand from most of the pundits there, including your good boy Elliot Freeman, the best package could come out of Montreal. Consider all the people that are going to want him.
Because who else would be in on him? Minnesota. If I were Minnesota, I'd be in on Kadri.
Yeah, but they just.
I don't know how much they have left to give up, though. That's the only issue.
Exactly, and they just a little bit of their capital in taking
Quinn Hughes.
Quinn Hughes. Okay, so out there now they're saying a team like San Jose or a team like Seattle or a team. What's the other one?
Ooh, Seattle, yes, but that's in Calgary's division. So
there, that's what I'm balancing it up. But they're a big one, like looking for if you look around the league, where does Kadri go? Seattle would be a great fit for him.
I know Seattle's looking to dump Shane Wright for a big scorer. I don't know.
Yeah, but no, they're not. What are they going to get for Shane Wright?
Well, it's going to be Shane Wright plus, right?
Okay, so that makes it good. Sobolewski, we made the right choice. Obviously, now it's been proven we made the right choice on that, right? You know what I mean? But if you look around the league, okay, Seattle's got a good shot for him. Look at it.
Well, Logan Cooley came out of that one, too, so...
That's cool, too. Yeah. He might be the best of the three, but another year we're going to know. But Washington seems to be a team that suddenly stick their heads up and say, hey, we might need an extra guy. But what has Washington got to offer? Because, look at Washington. They look pretty solid, but look at them lately.
They're such an up-and-down team, man.
Look at them lately. And you know what? I think Jersey's not making the playoffs. I think the whole freaking dressing room collapsed. Look at Luke Hughes is now out for how long? We're not sure.
It's the Dougie Hamilton situation.
You know what I mean? Keep adding it up. So what are they? They're just a mess. And by the way, the Leafs can try to get Dougie Hamilton, but they either get him at the low. But everyone's trying to get him at the low.
I'm not crazy about the Leafs going after Dougie Hamilton.
Why would anybody?
We talked about Riley's defensive problems. Now we're gonna have two guys like him back there. I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, that's what I'm saying right away. Now add this up: the $9 million a year salary to go with it. You don't think that?
Thanks.
Okay, so don't you think someone's going to have to take some of that money? Even if they do get rid of him? Nobody's taking that whole contract. Nobody. Who's going to take that with Dougie Hamilton? At his age, at that money? Are you taking all of that? Are you crazy?
Well, how much does he have left on that contract?
Two more years at 9, I think it is.
2 more years after this?
No.
This year and another.
Yeah, this year and another at 9. I think that's what it is. But 9's a sticker price.
No, so it's two more years after this.
Oh, after this,
so 2028 his contract expires. Yeah, that's...
At 9, both sides? No, listen, they're going to have to eat
and he has
some
a
of
10,
that
and he can only be traded to 10 teams.
And he's accepted the Leafs. It's already been coming out. He's accepted the Leafs. He said he'd go to Leafs. He said he'd go to Montreal. He said he'd go to Boston. Who else is it? He's not
Boston,
going to
that's a good one.
He's not going to, not Boston, but I mean, I think he wouldn't go back there, but he's on the list. But none of those West teams are on there. Like he said, no, Anaheim, no. San Jose, no. He doesn't want to go. He doesn't want to go out west. But the word of your boy Elliot Freeman, I heard he was one that told me that. He said that Hamilton will not be going west.
I don't know how likely it is he even gets traded then.
Oh, I don't think he will with his stipend. Who's going to? But the word is, they might split the contract in half. So if you take him, someone's paying 4 and someone's paying 5. Who's paying the 5?
Right.
That's been out there. Your boy Elliot Freeman threw that out there.
Yeah, but for New Jersey, you're going to have to pay me a lot more to retain all that salary. You're going to have to give me a lot.
Such as?
Draft picks.
That's the name of the game. That's what they're going to go at.
I don't see that trade working out, though. Because if I'm a team, I'm not going to be like, oh, yeah, here's 3 first-round picks for... Dougie Hamilton at 4.5. No, fuck that.
Okay, second-round picks are becoming a little bit more valuable lately. They seem to get a little bit more steam.
But like the people
have done
my
world.
No, but people have like done the analytics on draft picks. Like after there's always a drop-off point. Usually it's at pick 20, and then after that, like there's not much separating pick 21 from pick 200.
100. Yes,
200 even.
Yes, okay, okay, I got that. But that makes if you got a good scouting system, it's going to be to your advantage. My take on
but like find those diamonds in the rough. That's
Okay, so now all of a sudden it's getting right to the trade deadline. It's 24 hours before the Olympics and you can't make any more deals. And suddenly Jersey shows up at Toronto's door and says, we'll give him to you we'll take $5 million of his contract.
But they can't. They can only eat up to 4.5 because you can only eat half.
Okay, so they're eating half.
Yeah.
The deal starts with half. Got to start with half.
Okay, so what's the deal then? What's your proposal?
You ain't giving up, Cowan. You're nuts to give that kid up because it's already proven. Remember last year I said you shouldn't give up Minton. That was a guy I thought you shouldn't give up. So no,
I don't think it's a fit there because even what they'd want Ben Danford. I don't want to give up Ben Danford yet.
No, that's what I'm saying. So keep talking. No deal with Toronto.
Yeah. Quillen, our top prospect with the Marlies, I don't want to give him up yet.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So with the money, what you got to give up, you're not giving up your 28 first. You're not giving up your 28 second.
Yeah, it's a no-go.
So I'm saying, like, when you get to the door, so what we're saying is deal, no deal.
So this was supposed to be the Habs segment. So
okay, but anyway,
I'm joking around.
But we're not in on the deal. Like we're looking around. We're in on the Kadri deal, and we're in on a winger. Are we looking for? Because apparently the guy that went to San Jose, we kicked his tires.
Yeah, we'll talk about the Kiefer Sherwood trade in a sec.
Yeah, but I'm saying, what Montreal needs, we need a Kadri. We're not going to get any defenses. The same thing. That's why we're talking. Vegas went out and took the #1 guy on the market. Okay, who else is around? We're talking about Dougie Hamilton. What other kid talking about? They're all kids, and nobody wants to give up their kids. Like Vancouver's got those 3 kids playing in right now. Everybody's, Vancouver, now that we're here. No, Vancouver, you're going to make a comeback. Play those 3 kids now, so they're going to get their learning experience, and that's better for you next year.
Right,
you see, what are they? What are they, 19, 21?
Oh, they're kids, yeah.
And they're skating their ass off out there. They're making mistakes, but you see them all. They're all great skaters. They're all moving the puck. So when you come back on Vancouver's door, Vancouver should say, out of order for the rest of the year. Close the door, but what are you going to give up for Pettersson? You're going to give him up?
That's the big one. Actually, that's another player, if I'm Minnesota, I'm looking at too. Just because you need help down the middle. If you put him in a different environment, we'll see. If you put him in a good locker room. Okay,
so now what we're saying is this is what I'm saying. What's Montreal could use a little bit more? Are we, like when I heard our name even, she said Peterson and Habs, I said, Raisa, don't even say that.
If I'm Montreal, I'm exploring that.
Well, I heard a couple of guys brought up, well, what about Montreal? I went, what?
I mean, I'm with you. I'd rather have Kadri.
Yes. But when I heard them, I never even didn't even till I heard, and this was on an American station, thank God, because I think they know what they're talking about. When they brought up a possibility where we go, and they brought up Montreal and that name, I jumped. I said, no, we don't want a guy like that.
I mean, the fact that it came on one of those, was it NHL Network? Maybe it's
no, it was even on. I think it was on whoever Vancouver was playing on the American station, like a Chicago, or one of those guys like that. When they brought it up, they go, what about Montreal? And I went, oh, shut the fuck up. No, we don't want that stuff here. You can't be talking like that. No. But who's going to take him anyway? What are you going to do for that? And look at his money. Look at his money.
I know.
What's he, 10? He's 10 mil for 3 more.
He's younger, though. He brings a lot more offensive flair. That's easier to eat up than...
When has he shown it in the last 18 months? We took a flyer on Laney. I hope Laney's out for the rest of the year.
Maybe you can get Pettersson for cheap then.
Okay, we'll put Laney in on the deal.
That's going to be tough to move.
Well, that's not happening. Come on. Okay, we want Peterson, but whatever we give you, can we put Laney in on the trade?
I don't think it's going to happen.
Nah, we're out of there. So in any event I'm just worried about Montreal because we got Boston today.
Boston today in Boston. Then Vegas is in your house on Tuesday.
Yes.
Colorado's in your house on Thursday.
So we could be on what we'd be calling. That's why I'm not jumping off and going crazy all the time too. Now we seem to be a little bit more resilient than you guys. We seem to find a way to scrap out a point, or we'll take a win, or we'll do something. But I'll go for Kadri, or just keep our team the way it is.
So around the league, we already mentioned the Rasmus Andersson trade. The Canucks traded Kiefer Sherwood to San Jose for prospect Cole Clayton and a second in 2026 and a second next year as well.
I like the fact that San Jose is letting Celebrini and the kids know, hey, we're gonna do something this year. And should we shout out to Celebrini for tying that Crosby, whatever record that was he did this week, and being the youngest to hit that point?
I didn't hear. I don't know what you're talking. I didn't hear that.
Okay. Anyway, I forget who's in there. It's Gretzky.
Oh, we talked about that last week.
Did we again?
Yeah.
What record did he just break?
Well, he was like, they're the only week? I don't know this week. I didn't hear anything.
It was last night because he almost got the hat trick. He tied something else. When does he turn 20?
Oh, I don't know.
Any minute now, right? I think he turns 20 before the end of the season's out. That's why they're talking about these teenage numbers, because he's fast approaching 20 this year. But whatever the case,
I think it's a good pickup for San Jose.
I did too. Like, his name came up. There was more than one team that were in on thinking about him.
Sure.
And they gave up a bit for him, but they didn't give up the farm.
No, not too much. 2 seconds in like a prospect, that's palatable.
2 seconds are becoming a little bit more valuable, though, don't you think? I know you say after
there was talk about like 15 years ago that second round picks were becoming more valuable. It's the same shit.
Just think it's cyclical.
Second round picks, like it's still like you're reaching, man, for those picks.
And there's just as many guys that are undrafted playing in the NHL apparently as there's guys that are in the second round. Or something like that. There's some weird stat like that when you compare to a certain draft point and guys that are undrafted.
A second round pick, like there's less than a third chance of them, like a 30% chance of them making the league or something.
That's freaking tough, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's really, really tough. Wow. Okay, let's go around the league really bit.
Sabres lock up Josh Doan for a 7-year, $6.95 per year, $1 million contract.
Can I tell you something about Buffalo? And I just seen it again against Montreal. Not only are they quick, them big.
Yeah.
Them a big goddamn team. Like, they're going to give it a lot. Now that they figured out what they're doing, you know, with the old man behind the bench, and they tighten up the screws, and they're getting some...
The goaltending.
The goaltending's been really solid. They got 3 great puck-moving defensemen. All 3 guys can move it out. And what's the average size of their team? They're big. Just the eyesight, when you see them get on the ice, no other team. I mean, Vegas is a little bit big. Colorado looks big. We don't look small. You guys don't look small. But when Buffalo steps on the ice, them look big. Big. They got what? They got 4 guys that are over 5 guys at 6'4".
Oh,
I think it's 5 guys.
No shrinking team.
No, because they got Tage. They got, I think it's Tuck.
Tuck is big, yeah.
The guy, the kid defenseman, one of the wingers. That's the guy that plays in the third line that just bangs all day long. He's 6'4", 240.
Big Buffalo.
Oh, yeah.
It's a nickname.
I'm going to call it right now as of January, what is it, 23rd? 24th? I'm saying the Buffalo Sabres make the playoffs. I'm declaring it today. And you know what?
I wouldn't be surprised at this point.
And I'm not screaming my team's making the playoffs just yet, but I'm saying Buffalo's making the playoffs. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? They're on a run now. They're on that roll. They know they're big. They're going to bang people. They're good on the road. Special teams is okay. Goaltending solid.
Yep.
They're going to be there.
So Matthew Tkachuk returned on Monday versus San Jose.
So what?
And we saw the first goalie fight since 2020, Bobrovsky versus Nedeljkovic. So now Nedeljkovic has the career Gordie Howe hat trick as a goalie.
Yes, he does. Yep. Yeah, which is interesting. But that just shows you, okay, we've talked about this many times. And see, Mike, I told you I would not talk about shot attempts today. Okay?
You broke it.
Okay, but anyway, we'll just get past there. But in any event, that's the clown show about hockey. What was Bobrovsky doing?
He was looking for a fight.
Okay, exactly. So he had to shoot. Because that guy, I've always said Bobrovsky, he's a guy, someone's got to tighten some bolts on that guy. That's why he's a great goaltender, too, because he's nuts.
It took him a while to get there. Maybe that's why. Like, you need someone to, know what buttons to press, right?
Well, what made him think, okay, the guy in San Jose was getting a little aggressive. But was he really doing any damage? To have to come the length of the ice to do that? Now, what killed me, it was on the national media everywhere. You could not go. They interrupted a press conference in Ottawa in Parliament to say, wait a second here, we had a goalie fight. Come on. I couldn't get away from it. And that just makes me...
Well, it's the first one in 6 years. And you're always a fan of fighting, so this is what you get.
This is where
you reap what you sow.
Here's the great juxtaposition without trying to sound hypocritical or talking out of both sides of your face. I've said this, and I want to be on record in saying this. If there's something happening in the moment, throw hands. Everything else is staged WWE, and fuck that shit. Including my boy Aberjacky throwing down the gloves and skating around with Aberjacky, whatever. My boy, when he does, especially with Zavarov on Boston, which we'll see today, they're going to do the thing and they're going to dance around. The music's going to come on. I wonder what their music is. Back in Black? I don't know. And that's bullshit. That's what I'm saying. And Bobrovsky going all the way down there was a spectacle. He knew what he was doing, but I said, any other goalie? Oh, it's Bobrovsky. Okay, I get it. There's about 2 or 3 other goalies in the league that might have done that. Vasilevsky might have done it. Oh, by the way, they're all Russians, aren't they?
I don't know if Vasilevsky would have done that, to be honest.
Were you surprised it was Bobrovsky, though?
No. No.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. This is the NHL, not the WWE. So that's what I'm going to take it. However, if you run my guy over the head, and I know that you don't deal in hypotheticals, and you're going to say, let the referees
ref the way it should be.
But sometimes you gotta deal with things right on the moment. That's my point.
Okay. Sounds like a meat-headed attitude, but okay.
Okay, someone takes freaking Matthew's head off.
I thought we just said we weren't dealing in hypotheticals. Jackson Lacombe named to the U.S. Olympic team as a injury replacement for Seth Jones.
Isn't this interesting, though? Because Canada can make replacement moves every night because it doesn't look like Braden Point's going to be there. Word around,
I think they're waiting.
Well, word around
I told
the
you,
camp,
Braden Point, don't be surprised if he's able to play.
I hope he is, but be able to play at 100%. And
it's going to come down to like the night before. I guarantee it.
They are saying
like
right
Ryan
now,
Getzlaff in Vancouver. It's going to be the same deal.
Again, listening too much of your boy of Elliott, Dregs, and what's his name? They've all said the same thing. Word around the campfire is it's very interesting. The Americans are making their moves immediately and letting you know, where the Canadians and the Swedes are keeping everything close to the vest. Like that, the Swedes are like this too. They're not, because they've got a couple of injuries. They got a couple of things.
Well, Seth Jones, he's going to be out for a while. So
they knew that. But I'm saying we don't know the Brandon Point situation, and they're not already designating somebody, which they shouldn't, because
maybe they just don't know. Even like the Swedes with like Nylander, like it's going to come down to the wire.
That's what they're saying. But they say Canada will be announcing their lineup. What is it? You got to announce it by February 10th? February 6th?
February 11th.
11th. They say that they're going to do it at February 10th at midnight, which is nothing wrong with it, because you're going to see where you are. And you know what's really cool? 7 guys that we can guess who they are. All 7 guys that are alternates that could be called up for the Olympic. They're all staying in the program as we speak. You know
Well, we talked about the guys last week.
Yeah, they said
we know who the guys are.
Yeah, they said they're more solid than everyone. Nobody's budged. Everybody wants in, because everyone wants the Olympics. They don't care about the quality of the season.
What? They don't care about where are you getting this from? The players don't care about the season?
I'm saying my take on the matter is this. I don't want to hear anything more about the quality of the season, injuries, tight schedules. I said it last week.
You bring it up all the time.
I'm going to say when they talking about on TV, I'm saying, fuck you guys. You can't have your cake and eat it too.
Oh my, okay, whatever, old man.
Thank you. I'm going to say on that. When you know what I'm saying? When they were talking about, Kachuk's back, is it going to be better? No, he's rested. He's just getting in enough games so he could save the Olympics. If I'm some GMs and I'm some owners, I'm having some
That's
brown
Florida's
liquor.
problem. Fuck them.
All the other teams, all those owners with brown liquor in their hands with that little ice on it going, I don't know about this. You know what I mean? And then when they talk about the back-to-backs and everyone's tired and it's scheduled losses and all that shit, you
bring up scheduled losses.
I'm the master. But when you see it's going on, I'm saying don't tell me about what's going on in the regular season if you've decided to sacrifice for the Olympics. Don't tell me about tired players. Don't tell me about anything else, because if this is what we offered up, you can't tell me this second and then say this for that second, or who gets hurt in the Olympics, or how many guys are going to be rested and who's not after the Olympics. We got all this bullshit we're going to be talking about for the whole season.
Well, it's not bullshit, it's the truth.
Okay, but whatever the case may be, if we did this for the Olympics, let's just say it, and let's not talk about the extracurricular now. You can't say that because you decided you're going to sacrifice for the Olympics. So let's just say that's where it is, and then I'll shut up.
I don't know where the line is for you then.
What's that?
Where's the line? Like, we can't just bring things up matter-of-factly?
My line is this. Don't tell me every day that there's an issue with the game or injuries and all of this. And
maybe just watch maybe just watch too much of the talking heads.
No, maybe I watch too much hockey, because when all the games it goes around, doesn't matter where it is. If it's in Yukon or New York City, at a certain point during the games, if certain things are happening or it's a back-to-back or something up, people bring up, this is where we're at, because then let's just accept it. We don't have to talk about it. If we want the Olympics that bad, then let's just
Have you tried doing a 3.5-hour broadcast? You need stuff to talk about.
What's that?
Have you ever tried doing it?
Agreed. But we could be talking more about eliminating some of the stats that you put on the screen because they're making me sick. Oh my God.
Okay. So what's going back to there?
Shout
out to Ryan.
I'm evil.
Oh my God, you're nuts.
Thank you.
Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, big congratulations, 1,000 games, got the silver stick, all with Edmonton Oilers.
God bless him, you know what I mean? He's a cool guy. He was
second player to get 1,000 games just with the Oilers.
Yeah, who else was it?
Kevin Lowe.
Kevin Lowe, yeah, because when you think about all those guys like the Gretzkys and everybody, they were gone before 1,000 games. Yeah.
I think Messier got close to 1,000.
He was 900, and then
they traded him to New York,
Then he went to New York, And there was somebody else on the team, too, that had close to 1,000. I think it might have been like
Curry.
Curry might have been one. Curry or a Tikkanen. So maybe one of them. Probably Curry.
I think it was Curry.
Yeah, we got close.
The separation talk, I think we're running out of time. We could save that for next week. Anything else for hockey before we do our picks?
No, let's get the picks in.
All right. So I always like to predict what your picks are going to be. I've
Okay.
locked in there. But going back to last week, I beat you again 8-7.
Damn.
Season series is now 7-5 for you.
It's close. Let's get it on
with
tonight.
9 weeks left to go.
And the next two is the last two, right? This week and next week? No. 2 weeks after this.
Next Saturday's the last one before the Olympics.
Oh, it is next week already. Wow, yeah.
Because there's another Saturday, but there's going to be technically there's another Saturday before the Olympics, but the NHL's just not having games that day.
It ends on a Thursday, isn't it?
Yeah.
All games on the end of Thursday, I heard.
So today we got Buffalo at the New York Islanders. I'm on the Islanders.
Aren't you thinking that the Islanders are one of the surprise teams of the league?
Sure.
Beginning of the year, you had not good things to say about St. Patrick's and that team.
Well, I mean, they left things off last year pretty poor.
But I predicted that.
They're still not locked for the playoffs, though.
I think they're going to make it. But you had.
Really? Last week you said you didn't think so.
Did I? No,
Yeah.
I think they're going to make it. Well, you predicted them at the beginning of the season not to make it, right?
Yes, I did.
I think I predicted that they would.
Utah, Nashville. I'm on Nashville.
At home,
Yes.
Saturday night, with everybody with their gaiters shined up and their guitars tuned. Oh yeah, we taking Nashville.
Montreal at Boston. I'm on the Bruins.
I'm on the Habs. Come on, we need this. This is when we win. We're gonna go to Boston.
You were singing a different tune a few minutes ago, but okay.
I'm gonna just jump on it. You know what? We'd be better off too. We gotta have a better home record. I meant to bring that up. Our home record is not.
Well, this is a road game, so.
Yeah, that's why I'm more jumping. We're good on the road.
Carolina at Ottawa. I'm on Carolina.
Oh, for sure.
Tampa Bay, who played last night.
Wait, you know what we should start doing, though? We should always look at the left wing lock, because sometimes it's confirming the goalies. Like some nights when I look at the game and I say, oh, this guy's starting, no shit.
Yeah. Well, you could do that.
I should have done that first to look, but in the future.
Tampa Bay at Columbus. Tampa Bay's coming off a game last night, but I'm on the Lightning.
I'm taking Columbus to win
I
it
knew
home.
you would.
Thank you.
Detroit at Winnipeg. I'm on the Red Wings.
No, tonight, the Detroit's on the road too long.
Oh, you're on the Jets.
I'm taking the Jets tonight,
Okay.
Saturday night.
LA at St. Louis. I'm on the Kings.
Me too.
St. Louis also played last night, so they're going to have Hofer and Net, presumably their backup. Florida and Minnesota. Give me the Wild.
In Minnesota?
In Minnesota.
Yeah, I'll take that too.
And lastly, Washington coming off a game in Calgary last night. They're in Edmonton tonight. Give me Edmonton.
All day. Could be a beating, a sked loss for those guys too. The name of the show, The Scheduled Loss. You know what I mean? Anyway, it was a good week for hockey once again. The games were good. Very good hockey. Keep your eyes open, people. Because you know what? There's going to be a big lull in everything coming up in about a week. When the Olympics come, football is going to be over. There's going to be those few days where...
We'll have Olympic hockey to keep us busy.
But it won't
and basketball's
be,
still going.
It'll take a while to do it, but then we'll be watching slap fighting.
I will not be.
No.
Speak for yourself. We'll take this into soccer in my newest edition of the Power Rankings.
Okay.
So at number 5, down a spot from last week, I got Inter. At number 4, they were not on my list last week. I got Real Madrid.
Yes, had a good win this week, didn't they?
Number 3, I got Bayern Munich. Number 2, I got Barcelona. And number 1, I got Arsenal. PSG, who was number 5 on my list, off this week.
They won though, didn't they?
PSG?
Yeah.
I thought they. Well, we'll get to how they did this week. Okay. So Bayern comes back from 5 goals second half at RB Leipzig in Musiala's return match. And then this week, the ones to watch out for: Real Madrid travels to Villarreal. That's today. Tomorrow, Arsenal hosts Manchester United. Juventus welcomes Napoli.
Wait. Arsenal has Manchester United today?
Tomorrow.
But that's a Premier League
Premier
game, right?
League. Yeah.
Okay.
We're doing around the leagues first before Champions League. Juventus welcomes Napoli. And Milan enters Roma. Now to Champions League.
Okay, so this is what I'm going to try to play. So they're going to play a league game on the weekend. And on Wednesday, they're going to play...
Champions League.
I was trying to tell my buddy, you know where that works in Europe geographically? Countries are so close. They travel, they really work. So, I never think about that. It would be hard to do that in North America if you had, Seattle and New England and all that kind of shit. You know what I mean? To have, playing this game and then that game. But the traveling's not that big, so it's cool, yeah.
You can just take a train to most of these places, yeah.
Yeah.
So, Manchester City... were upset 3-1 at Bodo Glimt in Norway. Manchester City only converts once on 65% possession and 15 shots. was so bad that, like we mentioned earlier, that to pay back their fans for traveling there.
That's hilarious, though. It really is. And then, you know what they say? Some of the problem is that Haaland guy's just got to shut up. Holland. He's got to shut up sometimes. He yaps on the field, too, doesn't he?
Oh, yeah, he does.
I noticed that. Like, he should learn to shut the front door.
That was in his home country, too.
And exactly. You know what I mean? So maybe he was the one, had everyone out partying.
I don't know. Whatever it may be.
That's one of the worst losses of this year, isn't it?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
for
like
sure.
Top, yeah, okay.
But that's Man City. They're so Jekyll and Hyde.
Yeah.
Tottenham triumphant over Dortmund 2-0. Arsenal stays perfect, marches in and out of Inter with a 3-1 victory. Gabriel Jesus with 2 goals in an otherwise very even game.
You think it was that even?
If you look at the stat sheet, it was.
But I watched it. It's okay because I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe they had some shot attempts. To me, it looked like the when I was watching it, a lot of the control of the play was Arsenal.
It was about 50-50 possession.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Well, maybe it was because I don't know, but it looked like, and the shots I seen at the end were close to the same. It just looked like to me, as things were going on, that Arsenal was controlling, especially in the last 15 minutes.
Sure.
It looked like they
Yeah.
Okay, we're just going to keep it like this, and it's going to be game over, and they wouldn't let Inter get anywhere after that. But like you said, the stats look pretty the same. The possession time.
Yeah, yeah. It was about 50-50.
Wow. The eye test said to me, I don't know.
Real Madrid all over Monaco 6-1 with 5 different goal scorers, including 2 from Mbappe.
I know, and I seen part of that when it came up, and it said 3-0, and I thought it was a mistake. Then they scored 2 real quick, and I went, "Oh, okay, this doesn't happen every day." Monaco has a rich team that's not good, right?
They're up and down. This year, they're not having a great season.
I can see that.
Napoli gets the 1-1 draw in Copenhagen despite owning the ball. Sporting topped PSG 2-1 despite PSG domination. Luis Suarez scored the brace in that one, including the 90th minute winner for Sporting.
Wow.
Liverpool gets the 3-0 win at Marseille. Juventus defended home field against Benfica 2-0. Atletico Madrid scores an own goal, blows the lead, but gets out of Galatasaray with a 1-1 draw.
I watched that game too. That was pretty. That had some interesting moments.
I bet
it did. Yeah, that had some drama in it. I remember Atletico Madrid, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it ended with a tie. I thought they were going to win it. That was a good game.
That's a game they should have won.
Yeah, but there was good action. Like when both teams realized getting the end, I want to win, I want to win, I want to win. So it had some like, you know, when the games go up,
right?
Kind of did. That was one of the games to me that went up. I didn't turn it off.
Barcelona escapes Slavia Praha with a 4-2 win. Fermin Lopez with 2 goals in that one. Chelsea defeats Pafos 1-0. Bayern beat Union Saint-Gilloise 2-0. Harry Kane with the brace there. Now Arsenal perfect 7-0. Only has allowed 2 goals and they've scored 20 through the league stage. So they've been pretty dominant here.
Okay, so one question I'm going to ask before we go on. So they got one more game, right?
Yeah.
I would love to know, which I'm going to watch for next year, how they get the schedule. I know you say they try to balance it out, but with 30-some teams and who plays 2, that's really interesting. You know?
It's some sort of matrix there.
Yeah, well, I'm figuring like that, like in the NFL. They got to have something that says where it is. Like, because I'd like to know now, what's Bayern Munich's strength of schedule as opposed to Real Madrid's? Or
probably about even.
Yeah, but then again, it would change too, because if some of these teams lose along the way, then that would change the matrix too, right? Interesting.
But it's Europe. I mean, the teams usually stay pretty consistent. Arsenal, like I said before, perfect with 21 points, top of the table. Right behind them, Bayern Munich with 18 points. That's Madrid and Liverpool with 15. Tottenham with 14. PSG, Newcastle, and Chelsea all with 13 points. Hanging on to those final bye spots. And then right below them is Barcelona in 9th place, trying to sneak their way into that top 8 to get past that first knockout round.
Man City had a chance at that too, but then everything has to go perfect for them, right?
Yeah, they need a bunch of teams on top of them to drop points. And they need to win their last match.
Okay, so they win their last match and they get in there and say, okay.
They're playing Galatasaray at home. They should win that.
Okay, so now that means they're going to have 16 points. And let's just say, for argument's sake, Chelsea wins and they got 16 points. What is it, goal differential then?
Well, Chelsea's already on top of Manchester City, so they have the tiebreaker. So, yeah, goal differential.
What do you mean? They already beat them?
No, well, they have the goal differential is the tiebreaker. So
okay, that's what I'm asking.
That,
yeah, okay, that's so if they're tied to the points, so you could miss miss the bye round based on goal differential, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's going to be really interesting because PSG and Newcastle actually play each other. And they're 6 and 7, so there's going to be at least one team dropping out. So that's going to be very good for Barcelona, who's like right there knocking on the door.
Yeah. That could work out. So
we also got Sorry?
Sporting got no chance to get in? They play somebody good, though, don't they?
Let's see who they play.
They play somebody decent, I think.
No, they're playing Athletic, but but it's on the road, so they have a chance to move up too.
They're playing Atletico Madrid?
Athletic.
Oh, Athletic.
That's just another.
That's
there's a team called Athletic. Yeah,
I see. Yeah, they're done.
And Athletic is they're near the bottom.
Yeah, they ain't doing shit.
Yeah.
They ain't doing shit.
Then Napoli is trying to get into the playoff round.
Yeah.
So they're in tight. We got Monaco versus Juventus. That's gonna be one of the ones to watch out for. Dortmund, Inter, Napoli, Chelsea, Benfica, Real Madrid, and then of course I mentioned the PSG Newcastle one. And then mid to late February, we're gonna get the knockout round started.
Yeah, is it in February?
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
And all 18 matches are gonna be January 28th on Wednesday, all at 3 p.m.
January 28th?
Yeah, on Wednesday.
Wow, that's gonna be a busy day.
Anything else for soccer?
No, but I have been paying attention. And when the drama's good in the second half, I like watching it. They motor. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
All right, we'll move this on to the NBA where the Raptors have had a pretty successful road trip out west for once. So they dropped the opener last Sunday against the Lakers. Poor start, but was an even worse end for the Raptors there. But then they pull it out in Golden State. Everything went their way there. They get the win in Sacramento, and then last night they got the win in Portland.
And I think they got one more to go, don't they, on the road?
Oh, yeah, OKC tomorrow.
Okay, so, like, this is a very successful road trip. When you go on the road for 5 games like that and you win 3, you're doing very good.
Yes.
Now, here's the whole thing about the Raptors, and I'm going to say it again. How much time we got to the trade deadline? Oh,
a couple weeks.
Yeah, a couple weeks.
Well, a week and a half, yeah.
I think it's February 5th.
February 5th, yeah.
Okay, I think that's along the line. The biggest question is now, do we stay put or what do we try to do? Like I've been saying, what about the guy in Sacramento? What about this guy over here? What a guy over here?
I've seen on TV people were linking the Raptors to Sabonis.
Yes. Okay. No, but here's the deal though.
Or Sabonis, whatever.
That would be a good pickup. That'd be amazing.
How much do we got to give up, though?
So that's what I'm saying. So now I'm kind of with the let's stay put. I don't want to
just make a small move. That's it. No need to trade the farm.
Move? What small move?
Maybe like a depth center or something.
Oh, then he's going to be a bum. He's going to be a 10-minute bum guy. Can we going to rely on him? Is he going to be the guy to get the 4 fouls in? I don't know. I've been looking around the league, and everywhere I looked, all the other teams that are looking for him too. Because now look at it starting to shape up here. Okay, when you get in there, Philadelphia is not going away, and 9 is Miami. They're going to scrap. So the first 6 is still you got Cleveland and Orlando, and they're right on our asses. You know what I mean? Like for us to drop out of the top 6 would not be hard. Now I don't think we're going to drop out of the top 6 because I think we got too many wingmen. Too much
right.
D, and then we're going to match up against good teams. What I'm worried about is like when we match up against the Knicks, but really that's not going to matter because look at the Knicks. They win that freaking bullshit cup. Look at the record since the cup.
I know it's bad.
Yeah, because what they think they already won something.
I think they're upset that they didn't raise a banner. I think that's why.
Oh my god. Okay, raise a banner. Knicks, he can play better. No, that's just weird though, eh?
It's very weird.
And what is there like? I don't think the record's that bad, is it? They lost 2, 3-7, and I think it's like 3-9 since they've won the cup.
That's bad.
You know what I mean? So they've already fallen back, which brings them back into a position.
And we play the Knicks on Wednesday, so it's good.
Yes, let's get at it. But then we're going to see again. Is it going to be the fact that they're going to bring out the 2 big guys in the middle and just bang on us and see what we can do? Because that means we got to shoot better from the perimeter. Because our perimeter shooting is not what you call top 10 in the league. But when we cops into transition points and points in the paint, we're top 5 in the league, which is very good.
Oh, for sure.
So what do the Raptors do? Like I've been the guy that's been saying we got to pick up a big. We need someone to fight in the middle. But from what I'm hearing, whatever someone's going to want to get, because everybody around the league is like a puck carrying defenseman in the NHL. Everyone wants that big guy that can play a little bit of defense, but there's not a lot of them out there, so the price is going to be high. Now, a lot of people say don't worry about the draft picks, but look at this roster that we have. What do we want to give up on it? And RJ Barrett comes up every time.
No, don't give up RJ. I've been steadfast on that all year.
Okay, that's what I'm saying now. So we've got the core. Like I'm saying right now, this team, maybe we can draft or something will come along our way to keep it better. But when you look at this team, Scotty Barnes, who's getting no respect whatsoever, even the players didn't even vote for him for some of the shit. Like, I don't know, as people don't like Scotty around the league, it's in Toronto. Something's going wrong there because he's just not getting the respect that he should be getting. But we got Scotty, we got Ingram, we got RJ. That Sheed kid's great.
Right.
The rookie,
Murray Boyles.
Those okay, right there. Graydon Dick, I still think he's got a part of the future. That's 6.
Had a great game last night against Portland.
Yes, he did. He played very, very well, and his defense has gotten so much better. And then there's one more guy I'm missing. Oh, Quickly. Okay, there's Quickly. So there's 7 or 8 guys. Now, if Quickly went in a package, I could see us letting him go.
Yeah, but you need to get a point guard back for him.
Well, no, I think that we got a couple guys in the bench that Sheed and the
as a starting point guard. No.
Well, I don't know. We're going to go down there, but for this season, so if we're going to have a success in this season and see how far we can take it, then we don't do anything. Let's not do anything, and let's see what we got with this team and see how far we're going to go.
I'm with
you. Because
you.
With that core there, because then what you're going to be doing when we start next season, that piece that we took away that gave us that continuity, we'll be going out there trying to find that piece to get it back. You know what I mean? It's like chasing your tail.
Yeah, I don't think that's a good move.
No, I don't either. So what do you think? The Raptors are going to stay the same?
Pretty much. I mean, like, no one's saying they're going to win the championship this year anyways, so I don't think...
But who says, okay, like, wouldn't you like to get to the conference finals?
That's a long shot.
Why is it a long shot? Look at who are we going to have to beat here. The only team is Detroit's going to be the team coming out of there because they're just too vicious.
Even, I don't think the Raps could beat Boston. Cleveland, I think Philadelphia is starting to look scary now, especially with Embiid playing more and more.
Well, Philadelphia is a team, and Cleveland. They're 2 teams that I'd have trouble with because of their depth in the middle. But Boston, who have they got in the middle that we got? They're a bunch of wing guys, too. We can out.
But look how they've come back from the pack. You got to at least respect them.
Oh, I think it's amazing. But then again, I've also checked their...
And they had the experience over us. So I think they would take Toronto in a 7-game series, no question.
Oh, I don't know about that. I think we'd battle them pretty good. They're not one of the teams that I'd be worried about. Like, you know what I mean? And even if we were to... Don't you want to at least win a playoff round?
Of course I want to win a playoff round.
Okay, so I think we've got the makings of winning a playoff round.
Depends who we play.
Okay.
Depends on the matchup. If we play Philadelphia, I think we lose.
Okay, but now we're playing Orlando. You can't sleep on them. Right now, if the playoffs started, we play Orlando.
Orlando might not even make it past the play-in.
Well, they're there right now.
Yeah, we'll see.
Well, who else is going to come in? So Philadelphia.
I don't think Toronto or Orlando's going to be. I think it's more like Toronto's going to play a team like New York or Cleveland or Philly. That's more realistic.
And then we're going to have some issues.
Yeah, there you go.
But then again, if we play the thing is, if we play the transition game, don't shoot ill-advised threes and play D, we can work around that. You know what I mean? Because then you get their center running, we can get around it, we can and move him out of place and get the mismatches that we need. It's just that when they start playing half court and they slow the game down, then we have some issues because then who are we going to get the bang with the Robinsons and the Embiids and those guys? That's what I'm kind of worried about. And I don't believe that Tatum's going to be back. Someone's saying that he might be back by the playoffs. Like if they win a round, he could
probably
be back
not. But
I can't see it with that. Like already that quickly being back, which would be great for the game if it is. But I don't know the situation. I don't know. Like we got 10 days till trade deadline, basically. I'm gonna just sit in the fence here because the more I like this team, the more I like this team.
Mm-hmm.
I like the way they play. I like the rotation. It's not the same guy every night. If this guy doesn't get it, the other guy picks it up. That's a great formula for teams winning in the NBA. It's been successful for the generations, and we seem to get that. I don't want to take that away from the team, but like you said, we could get bounced out in the first round because we just don't have that big.
Right.
What if Portal's 100%?
We'll see.
You sound as confident as I do.
Yeah, there we go. A tough week ahead for the Raptors. So in OKC Sunday versus the Knicks Wednesday and at Orlando on Friday.
Knicks are in our house though, right?
Yeah.
So I could see that. So that's a nice little stretch where we get a break. So we're only playing 3 times this week, right?
Yeah.
That should be interesting. In any event, we'll quickly go around the league.
Yeah, unfortunately, a bunch of injuries. So Jimmy Butler tore his ACL, ending his season.
Gone for the year.
Giannis out 4 to 6 weeks with a calf strain, and then John Morant's going to be out 3 weeks.
I know I got to put him back on my injury list. Giannis is sitting, you said?
4 to 6 weeks.
What's going to happen with him?
He's not getting traded.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. There's
think
something
so.
fishing going on, and okay, how is it they're saying it working? Milwaukee or Giannis, neither one of them wants to look bad in front of the fans. So how do you deal with this? You don't. Someone's got to pull the trigger and make a decision. Because Giannis is not saying he wants to go. Everyone knows he's but chomping on the bit to get out.
Is he chomping at the bit to get out?
His last interview, I said, "That's what language are you speaking, buddy?" You know what I mean?
I'll give him a break. English isn't his first language.
Whatever he was saying in that interview, we don't have very much chemistry. We got to be more intense. We're not playing off the block properly.
Yeah, that's not him saying he wants to get out. That's just him being critical of his squad.
I don't know. It's very, very fishy because I think that it doesn't matter. Detroit's going to come out of there. It's going to be a good scrap along the way. It's the West that's going to entertain us.
Yeah.
Bar none. The West is going to entertain us. And with San Antonio sitting up there the way that they are with Wembanyama, and look at what's up with frickin' OKC. Okay, they're a great team. How do you lose at home to Indiana? Like you take nights off? Is that how sports works? Like I'm watching them going, what? What are you guys doing? So that just tells you everybody's susceptible. But I was really thinking that with all of their stuff, that where I'm not saying no, is the fact that if anyone's going to get, I know he wants to go to New York, but can OKC give them the package and then they make it look inviting enough that, Giannis, you're going to get multiple rings by staying there?
We'll see. I don't know. Also, shout out to Kevin Durant passing Dirk Nowitzki for sixth on the all-time scoring list Sunday versus the Pelicans.
That's amazing, and we would be remiss if you did not know that Anthony Davis is demanding a trade.
Well, he can stay there, or he can at least stay away from the Raptors. Anything else?
No, that's good. We'll be giving you lots more basketball in the near future, everybody, including our first power rankings, which is imminent.
All right. On to the Australian Open, where hasn't been so good for Canadian men. Diallo lost in the first round, 4 sets to Zverev. Felix retires in the fourth set of his first match. Shapo beat wildcard Boo in straight sets of the first round.
He looked terrible.
But he lost to Cilic in straight sets in the second round.
Yeah. Oh, he did win the first round.
He won the first round, yeah.
But he looked terrible. What's going on with us? And you know what's really going to happen? I'm expecting the upset of the tournament. Loboko plays Sabalenka today.
Well, we'll stick with the men's first.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
But who do we got left?
Oh, for men's, that's it.
We're done.
Yeah.
But you know what?
Sucks about Felix. I was really hoping for a bounce back season.
I had him ever run too. Yeah, but you know that's okay. Rest him up because it'll be a little bit wild to the French. But here's the other thing: the French is not a surface.
No.
So they'll have to skip by that one until he gets to Wimbledon. But that's a drag about Wimbledon. Anyways, that gets to be a drag that as a Canadians, like, why can't we show more in tennis?
Because Canada's not a tennis country.
Obviously not. But over the years, like Australia always seems to be in there. They got the Australian Open. I don't know.
Australia's a lot hotter too.
Agreed. You see what they yesterday during the tournament? They had to shut it down.
Oh, it's insane.
Because they had the heat, whatever.
That happened last year too, didn't it?
Yes, it got too hot. They had to close it in. But they got the two places where they shut the dome in a way it's going to go. But I think we're going to have some great matches coming up in the men's side.
Well, we do. Round of 16, Alcaraz versus Tommy Paul.
Yes.
That's one to look out for. Bublik is going to play Di Manure. Musetti's playing Fritz.
That's going to be a great match. That's
Shelton Rude. That's going to be a good one.
What?
Shelton versus Rude.
It's already over.
No, it says 6 p.m.
I
was tomorrow.
Thinking, Shelton Rude's going to be great. I was thinking about Tiafoe played.
Tiafoe, yeah.
He lost already to tomorrow. That was a great thing. Shelton against them, what time is that?
It says 6 p.m. tomorrow.
Oh, I'll be looking at that one. Shelton's looking like $1 million.
So, you want to hear something that's going to blow your mind? Zverev, we make fun of him all the time, right? He is 6th in all-time earnings for men.
6th?
6th.
Because he's always there. Didn't you know? I know that they always say, someone said that already. And he wins those tournaments that we never see.
Yeah.
That we never know. He'll win someplace and he wins in Asia and he wins here. Like he wins these tournaments that I don't even know about, but he's winning. I'm not surprised at all. Look at how many times he's gotten down to the semifinals and shit in the last 3 or 4 years and never won.
Yeah, I know.
And that's he's
been to one Grand Slam final.
But I mean, he's in the quarterfinals, semifinals.
A lot, yeah.
A lot in every tournament. Not every guy is. You know what I mean? Because this is their surface, and he's there every time. So I'm not surprised to hear that. 6 all time now, though, right? 6? Wow. Well, but the old timers don't even get a chance anymore because they never made this money. I agree with that. So who's ahead of them? Djokovic, Federer, Nadal.
I think Alcaraz is ahead of him. Sinner's like a few million behind him, but he's going to pass him this year probably.
So Alcaraz is already up there, right?
I think Andy Murray's the other guy ahead of him.
Oh, yeah, Andy Murray could be there, too. So Alcaraz is already getting that far up, the money already?
Wow. He's been winning majors for 5-6 years now.
That's true, too. Wow, but already he's up there on the list?
Yep.
Wow.
He's a monster.
Yes, he is.
For the women's, Mboko beat wildcard Emerson Jones in straight sets. Leila Annie Fernandez lost her first round to unseeded Janice Chen in straight sets.
And Chen looked like a bull out there, and I don't know what happened to our girl. But the other girl just started looking like a bulldog, and then our girl lost it, and it was game over, go home. It was 3 sets, though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Canadian qualifier Marina Stakusic lost to wildcard Priscilla Hahn in 3 sets. Retired when the last set was 5-3 for Hahn. So a little unfortunate there. In the second round, Mboko won against Caddy McNally in straight sets. She won her third round, beat 14 seed Clara Tucson in 3 sets. Osaka withdrew today.
Did she really?
Yeah, she did.
Why? What's her problem?
I don't know. She must be hurt.
Osaka's just turned weird. I'm just saying. See her press conferences? You see how she treats other players? Do you see at the end of the cold handshake?
I don't like her.
Oh, you should have seen this when she beat the girl. She was doing some shit. She goes, it's not gamemanship or anything like that. The other chick I thought was going to punch her in the face.
So they're saying abdominal injury. But either way, like you alluded to before, round of 16, the 4th round match, Mboko will be taking on the number 1 seed, Sabalenka. It's going to be a tough one there.
Yes.
Notable other matches there. We got Pagula versus Keys, so an All-American battle there for the quarterfinal.
That's going to be a great match. Both of those girls have been playing amazing. Both of them really well.
And we'll see how our girl Swiatek does in this one as well.
Oh, yeah. Who's she playing?
She's playing an unseeded player.
She's going to win anyway. Did my Russian girl win last night? I had it on, and I going to check because you're going to see it.
Andreeva?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's on.
Guys, who's she playing?
Svitolina.
Oh, another great match. See, because not a lot of upsets went on.
No.
And not a lot of that. The people that are out are clay court specialists anyway. Like any of the big names that you heard, like what name we missed, they were all the clay court people, so they're gone. So you never expect them to go to this far in Australia. I think the amazing thing on the women's side is that there's 6 girls that are still playing that are 18 or under, including our Mboko girl.
And we're rooting for her.
Oh, damn right we are.
I really hope she beats.
Another head case too. Another one. Their antics on the court are unbelievable. You just want to go shut up because they just make you sick. But we should shout out to our buddy the Joker, who's now in the quarterfinals again for how many years in a row?
Round of 16.
Around a 16 draft again, and I think that he's going to beat this guy. That played there because
should go to the quarters. Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to go to the quarters. If he goes to the quarters again or semis. No, quarters. Yeah, if he goes to the quarters again, this is insane. What's he, 38?
Yeah. No, he's insane.
Djokovic.
Maybe the GOAT.
One thing I want to just say about 2 things that I've noticed in this year. I've always given Coco Gauff a lot of hard time about the way she presents herself and the way that she's been. Her maturity level in the last 18 months is unbelievable.
Agreed.
The way she carries herself in the court is completely different than I've just seen her, say, just over a year ago on the court. Maybe the people behind her, maybe it's a growing up process, but I love the way that she carries herself. I can't say more about it, and I think that she's got a good shot at winning this. She's playing very, very well. And the other thing is, Alcaraz has to be, top 5 athlete you'd want to watch in the world because he's just that much fun. Mm-hmm. Like, who do you want to see? Otani? Like, you go around and look at all...
Drake May.
Zach, did you hear that? Did you just hear that? I got a Drake May here with this shit, too. By the way, full disclosure, I heard your shit about Drake May for 20 minutes when you had a buzz on last night, and now I got to deal with this guy? Drake May this.
Okay, we're talking about tennis.
I know, but you Drake May guys. Okay, go on. Go on.
Anything else for tennis?
No, but I'll be watching it religiously. And by the way, Mike, when he came in last night, I had 2 screens on the tennis. He looked at me and goes, "You watch tennis?" I've watched a lot of the tournament. It's been really good. And I like the fact that we're getting to these matches. Okay, go ahead.
All right, we'll move this on to the PWHL, where the Toronto Scepters continue to struggle this week. They broke a 4-game losing streak at home versus Vancouver, 2 in overtime. Toronto shot them 44-24. Sarah Nurse scored in her return to Toronto. Darryl Watts with the OT winner. But then on a West Coast trip this week, they lose in Seattle 6-4. And then they lost in Vancouver 5-0.
They looked like they were skating in sand.
They lost 5-0 to the worst team in the league.
Yeah, so they looked like they were skating in sand.
And this time, Sarah Nurse had 2 goals against her former team. And Toronto's now 6th place in the PWHL.
They're not
looking good.
No, not looking good.
I mean, the
at
3-point wins could still save them there. They're 4 points out of a playoff spot, though.
But they got to play better than they are. You know what I mean? They're bad in their own zone.
We talked about Canadian NHL teams not being, being towards the bottom of the league, but the Canadian teams in the PWHL, 4th, 5th, 6th, and 8th.
Damn.
Yeah. Top 3 teams All-American.
Damn. That's not good.
No.
That's not good. But that Minnesota's really good.
Boston's number 1 this year.
Boston's really good. Yeah, like those teams are good, and they skate better. But maybe it's a pool of players. I don't know. Sometimes they say it's the quality of it. I just see some games look slow and other games look really, really fast. Like I seen some of that game when Vancouver and they were losing 3-0, and I thought, oh, Vancouver. And then I checked the standings and I went, oh God, these guys are shit.
Yeah,
they're getting their asses kicked. That's not good. Definitely not good. But we'll keep our eye open for them. Come on, let's make the playoffs. The more playoffs we make, the happier we are.
Sure thing. And we'll move this over to the MLB, where a little bit of action has been going on in the offseason. Cody Bellinger signed back with the Yankees, 5-year deal, $162.5 million deal, $20 million signing bonus, full no-trade clause, and opt-outs after years 2 and 3.
Yeah, because I think keep him for an extra year because Cody's thinking he's going to get some more. But I think that he's a reasonably priced player. Like, I think that the other guys that have gone before that we've talked about, they got overpaid. But that's a decent contract for him and the Yankees. And
I think
he's a solid player, and he hit well for him in that short porch in left field. So what more do you want? I mean, right field. What more do you want? They're happy there.
What else we got here? The Brewers traded Freddie Peralta to the Mets. That was maybe the biggest surprise of the week.
That was one of the biggest surprises in the offseason. Does that mean, like, every time Milwaukee trades these great pitchers, gets 2 prospects, and someone in the farm system jumps up that we've never heard of? Here we go again. Is that what they're doing?
Maybe.
Weren't you shocked when it was Peralta? Why didn't we talk to him? Would have taken him.
I don't know.
What did they get?
Well, I mean, the Jays already have a pretty loaded rotation.
I agree, too. So we need him. But I'm just saying, now that a guy, like, I was shocked. Weren't you when you heard it? I went, what? Why? Really?
I mean, good for the Mets, I guess.
Oh, it's great for the Mets. But then when you just think about it, look at how many pitchers. Hader, I don't know. Like, I'll think when we start the baseball season, I'll do a little research. Think of the 5 pitchers that Milwaukee's given up around the league in the last few years that are serviceable for all the teams that they're on.
So is Milwaukee waving the white flag for this season, do you think?
No, I just think that they're one of those small market teams that say Peralta's going to go up next level for money, right? Look at his number, and they say, well, we'll develop in the farm system. They're one of the best at developing pitching. If you look at the last 10 years, they just keep churning out these guys. So I don't think they're turning out the red flag at all, white flag at all. I think they go, okay, this kid looks like he's ready. This kid looks like he's ready. Okay, we'll have to wait and see.
And then this one just happened this morning. The Guardians locked up Jose Ramirez for 4 more years, $106 million. This is going to be tacked on to the final 3 years of his current deal. So it basically turns into a 7-year, $175 million contract.
And he's still relatively young, right?
Yeah. I mean, he's like, early 30s?
Yeah, so
this is going to take him to retirement, basically.
It's good for both sides. It's not a ridiculous contract. It's not outrageous, and he's still making some money, and he's a serviceable guy.
Sure thing.
You know? Suarez hasn't left the market. I thought he did. I thought he signed with Philadelphia, and he didn't, right?
No.
The report was, and then it got pulled back. Now there's 4 teams in on him. Why aren't we in and trying to get that guy?
You want the Jays in on everybody.
That's right. You know what I mean?
I think the Jays are pretty much
I'm
done.
solid the way they are. And I had talked with Mike. We were talking about so much about baseball. If the Jays don't do another thing before the rest of the season starts, we're good. Now, I do think that there's 4 or 5 of those middle reliever guys out there that haven't found a home. You know, they get signed at the last second. Don't be surprised if we jump in on one of those guys. I forget who they are now.
Well, Sir Anthony Dominguez signed with the White Sox, so he's not coming back.
Okay, right. Yeah. But do we need him? No. I think we're going to find somebody. I forget who it is. There's somebody from San Diego. I think one of the Milwaukee guys. They're not signed yet, but you know how they sign them as they get closer to the spring training. They're going to go. I think that we might try to take a bite of one of these guys. But you know what? Let's not worry. Blue Jays, we did good. It's been a good offseason for us. You know what I mean? We didn't get Tucker. I didn't care. We didn't re-sign with Bo. And Bo had a very nice press conference talking about Toronto. Give him credit. Like, he didn't go out the door.
There's a funny thing I saw yesterday where it was like from a shit post account. It was like Marner walks into Scotiabank wearing a Bo Bichette Mets jersey.
Oh, damn. That would have been badass, eh? I wish I thought
No, he
that.
would never have done that.
No, of course not. Yeah. But someone came into was it the Raptor house or somebody came in a Marner jersey?
I didn't see that. I don't know.
Oh, who did it? Like I wish I had done that before the show. Somebody, Lowry. Did Lowry walk into his last game in Philadelphia? Did he walk in a Marner jersey? Maybe it was a Matthews jersey.
I don't know. It was a Leaf jersey I saw.
Yeah, he came in a Leaf jersey.
I don't think it would have been Marner.
I think it was Matthews. I think he came in, which I thought was very cool. He knows the city. Anything
else you want to add for baseball?
No, and can we just say one thing about this? And can you agree with me on this? Maybe you will, maybe you won't. As great as the Toronto Blue Jays have captured the attention of the city, and we're really happy with the performance of the Toronto Raptors, once and for all, who owns this city?
It's the Leafs.
Thank you. If I have one more person say, oh, but the Jays did this. Oh, but the Raptors do that. Shut up.
Okay, wow, I didn't realize you were such a Leaf fan.
I'm not. I'm just trying to get people. No, I'm just trying to get them to understand. One of the most overhyped games, and the chapter's over recently this week, does not tell you enough about no matter, and that's not a bad thing to have the city have a fan base that's passionate about one team. That's great. I'm not saying anything against it. What I'm trying to do is when people try to tell me where the level of other teams are compared to Toronto Maple Leafs in this city, and I got to say, stop it. There's no comparison. None. I love the Jays. No comparison.
Okay.
None.
We'll take this into our closing of the show with trivia. First of all, I forgot to mention that F1 testing is underway in Spain right now. Wow. Williams is actually going to miss the first round of testing, so not good for them.
Oh, really? So it's this week?
Yes.
Wow, that's pretty cool. I wonder if Brad Pitt's going to be there drumming up some Oscar nomination work.
I'm sure he will not be.
Okay.
Ready for trivia?
Yeah.
Thank you, Steven.
Yes, always.
Which NFL franchise is the only one to never play in a conference championship game? This is easy. I know the answer.
Which team
is the only one to have never played in a conference championship game?
In a conference championship game. Okay, I got to think about this for a second. They all have.
It's kind of obvious if you think about it.
I know it's going to jump up and bite me, but I can't. Arizona? No, Arizona went to a Super Bowl.
Yep.
Texans.
Yeah, because they're the newest team as well.
Yeah, the Texans, yeah. Because they just mentioned that the other day on the thing, too. How they've won, 6 division games? So many this, but never been to a conference. You know how I actually know that is J.J. Watt. Yeah, J.J. Watt mentions that. Listen to J.J. Watt every time you can when talking about football. Listen to Nick Saban every time you can about talking about football.
I hope they're paying you for that PR.
I'm trying to get sponsors for our show. We're saying good things about them. Let's get in there. And Paul Bizanek can say anything he wants about hockey because he's funny as hell.
All right.
Doesn't make sense all the time, but he's funny as hell.
Oh, that reminds me of you.
Thank you. I should be on the show. Get me over there. Sponsorship.
What event are you looking forward to the most this week?
I'm looking forward. I think tomorrow is one of the most fun days of football all year. We wait for all year round. I think it's better than the Super Bowl. Conference championships.
Yeah, Conference Sunday is the best.
Is the best going. I've already got it settled. We got some stuff to do in the morning, and after that, we're back here. It starts at 3:30, right?
3 p.m.
At the place you see me right here, right now. You will expect to see me at 3:30 in the afternoon. So I'm gonna let everybody.
3 o'clock, not 3:30.
Yeah, but I'll be here. The game starts at 3.
Yeah,
I'll be sitting there by 2:30. So I'm just gonna let everybody out there that knows me was saying that, including you, Zach. I am going nowhere to watch the game. I have no desire to go anywhere. Did you say that? That's everywhere. Anywhere. No, I'm not going anywhere. Right here.
And for me, it's all about my Pats.
Oh, yes, it is.
Marching into Denver, getting that victory, going back to the Super Bowl where we belong.
Yes. And by the way, Zach, I'm glad that somebody pointed out something to you on the show that you mentioned last night. So you are actually listening to the show, but I think it's because of you and the Pats thing. So we'll give you guys shout outs. Anything else?
Go Pats. Go Leafs. Go Raps.
God bless Wilbur Wood.
God bless Wilbur
Oh,
Wood.
but Wilbur Wood. You know, and guys that can pitch.
Okay, wow.
In any event, yeah, we just got there, and I won't brag anymore about things that I don't understand because
Sure. My name's Andrew Milani.
Hi, my name is Cruz.
What do?
We keep the vibe alive.
Do you have a question that's just burning you up inside? Send it to thehousетhathappens@gmail.com and we'll answer it on the air. We release new episodes weekly on Spotify, Podbean, YouTube, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, Player FM, Podchaser, and Boomplay. You can follow us and see clips of our show on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Thank you, and we'll see you next week.